glad to have you here. This is our second game of the year.
...2015, our 10th season.
Hey, hey.
I'm Bangers and Smash.
I am Joe Mama.
Alrighty, tonight's doubleheader features the Green Barrettes hosting a home team from the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls, the Red Riding Hoods. Then it'll be followed by the Shotgun Betties playing the Orange Crushers. And then next month, you can catch DRD teams visiting Rocky Mountain Roller Girls on April 11th and the 25th, and the 18th right here at the Glitter Dome.
The Barrettes are going to play the Betties on the 18th after the Bad Apples host Rocky Mountain's Sugar Kill Gang. Stay tuned to our Facebook page for details. Like us on Facebook and Instagram, and our website is denverrollerderby.org.
Alrighty, so let's tell you who's skating tonight. Out there on the track right now, you can see the Red Riding Hood. And it's going to be number 86, the Salt and Peppa. Number 9, Crucial Taunt. Number 187, Ghetto Kitty. Number 617, Harper Bazaar. Number 147, Havoc. Number 1, SVG, Honey Bunches of Jokes. Number 726, Major Lil Pain. Number 17, Mistress Terrible. Number 42, Shelva Subdrop. Number 88, She Who Cannot Be Named. Number 44, Shredder Reeds. And the captain is number V8, Motorbutt. And their coaches tonight, Raven Lunachick and Pippi Skull Knockings, also serving as co-captain for the Red Riding Hoods.
On the track now, you see the Denver Roller Derby's Green Barrettes. Number 357, Ann Assassin. Number 645, Cindy Vermin. Number 831, S.H. Schlong. Number 719, The Swiss Missile. Number 1112, Vivian Layamount. Number 5, Boo Boo Radley. Number 320, Virginia Creeper. Number 1982, Crash Quigley. Number 28, Jersey Justice. 401, Henry Mullins. Captain on the track, number 7, The Outlaw. Joined on the bench by their coach, Brix Barrett and Ajax. That is the Green Barrettes from Denver Roller Derby.
Alrighty, so they're going to finish announcing the teams in the house, and then we're going to do the national anthem. The national anthem tonight will be sung by Jamie Gregory, and then after the national anthem, we're going to get into some derby action.
We certainly will, Smash. And if you're seeing this for the first time, this is the first bout broadcast this year on ColoradoSports.TV. We've made a ton of improvements to the Glitter Dome, and yes, you can be watching this online, but why not watch it live if you're in state or nearby, or hey, hop on a flight and come to Denver. We've worked hard on sprucing the place up, and we hope you like it.
It is pretty amazing in the Glitter Dome, and it's almost a packed house in here tonight, too.
Love it.
Alrighty, we're going to stop talking and do the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen.
Presenting today's national anthem, please welcome Jamie Gregory.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
gentlemen, Jamie.
That was quite a rendition from Jamie Gregory. Thank you so much for doing the national anthem for us tonight, Jamie.
You may notice we've oriented the track a little bit differently this season. The pivot lines and jammer lines are close to the crowd for maximum action. And our photographer and cinematographer, Scott, is still at turn 1, able to see that stuff head on.
88, she who cannot be named, ready to jam. And for the green berets, we have...
Already up to jam first, we got number 88, She Who Cannot Be Named for the Red Riding Hoods.
All the way over is probably the Swiss Missile.
Yes.
It's probably number 719 for the Green Berets, the Swiss Missile.
It actually is. I could see her hair flying around as she's trying to break out of the pack there. Both jammers to the front side of the pack. Just a hair out ahead is number 88, She Who Cannot Be Named. But they are fighting it, and Swiss Missile takes over the lead.
Forces the call off 0-0. Again, we're going to see a lot of jostling because the pivot lines and jam lines are on the other side of the track, so you're going to see skaters, as soon as that fourth whistle happens, they're going to beat feet out there to the jammer line. 0-0 thus far. Only about 15 seconds elapsed.
That is the jammer. She scores points. Just get through the pack of blockers once to earn the right to score, and then she picks up a point for every one of her opponents that she laps.
All right, Red Riding Hoods at number 44, Shredder Wheats, and we got Brick House.
Alrighty, number 44, Shredder Wheats for the Red Riding Hoods. And number 28, Jersey Justice, wearing Brick's Hit House's whole jersey. That's Jersey Justice, though.
All right, Shredder Wheat still in the pack. Nice wall by the Green Berets, and now the Red Riding Hoods lining up in a nice wall as Jersey Justice attempts to break that pack, put some points on the board for the Berets.
Now here's something interesting. Shredder Wheats is the lead jammer. She got that call, then got swallowed back up by the pack, and Jersey Justice is around for a scoring pass. Shredder Wheats could call it off at any time here, but I don't think she realizes she's lead.
All right, looks like her... Oh, no, the star was passed, so no lead jammer. We're going to go full 2 minutes. Star was passed, number 726, Major Little Pain.
Jersey Justice already putting 4 points on the board for the Green Berets, and Major Little Pain now both coming back in for their next scoring pass.
These packs are speeding up now, and looks like Virginia Creeper trying to make a move on Major Little Pain. She gets knocked down to the outside. Takes down Jersey Justice. Jersey Justice through. That is her 4 points on the board for the Green Berets.
Major Little Pain, meanwhile, hung up in the pack there behind Ann Assassin and Quigley, trying to get out of the pack and taking some big hits, though.
Good block there on Cindy Verman by the by the Red Riding Hoods, and she's recycled to the back of the pack at turn 2. Green Berets now form a wall.
Another 5 points picked up by Jersey, and she's already around, and there she goes through, almost blocked out by her own blocker, but she's all the way around. That's going to be another 5 in the sky for the Green Berets.
Major Little Pain still trying to get through. Looks like she'll pick up the 4 points there, but hard fought 4 points. Green Berets on the board, 18. Red Riding Hoods, 4.
And that should take us to a total of 18-4 on the scoreboard. Advantage Green Berets.
Alrighty, so Green Berets really coming out strong in the first half, grabbing that lead, and they're looking to hold on to it. Number 147, Havoc, is going to be jamming for the Red Riding Hoods.
All right, that's number 719 for the Berets, the Swiss Missile.
Lots of action happening in the pack there, and Swiss Missile almost beats out Havoc, but Havoc just a hair ahead of her is going to grab lead jammer. Swiss Missile, though, in front. Pack is like basically following the jammers right now. That is such a fast pack.
All right, 3 lead jams in a row to the Red Riding Hoods, but the score in favor of the Green Berets, 18-4. No points on that last pass. Looks like Barrett, as the coach for the Berets, looking for a high block. Maybe just expressing her her joy of facial things. So that's what I saw.
What I'm really impressed with is her running in those shoes she's got on. Running out to the center of the track and running back, those got to be at least a 6-inch platform.
All-Star Skating Team.
All right, looks like that's Cindy Vermin on the line for the Green Berets. I believe that is she who cannot be named for the Red Riding Hoods.
Cindy Vermin takes a hit to the infield. After a penalty, though, she's able to get right back on. She is lead jammer, and she's going. Now it's 617. Harper Bazaar got a penalty. She's off to the penalty box. Power jam for the Green Berets.
Cindy Vermin now stretching out the pack through, and she picks up a forearm penalty, and she'll head to the box and switch out with Harper Bazaar. She will enter the pack. We will have a full 2-minute jam.
So we got to wait for Cindy to sit down. The pack waits for everything to happen. It's going to be Harper Bazaar coming back out of the box. Now Cindy Vermin will only serve as much time as Harper Bazaar served because they're jammers. That's the only time you get an exception to the 30-second penalty rule. Harper Bazaar in hard, comes up against that wall of Green Berets. Quigley on her, looking to take her out, and now Outlaw trying to take her out as well. Falls to the outfield, but Harper makes her way out. Not going to be lead. That's her initial pass, no points.
Cindy Vermin back in the pack, putting points on the board for Berets, and Harper Bazaar finds an inside tack, takes to the apex, picks up full 4 points for the Red Riding Hoods.
Cindy Vermin now makes her way out. That's going to be a full 5 because she did manage to pass one skater before she went to the penalty box and already picked up that jammer point.
Harper Bazaar now back in the mix. Packs are moving very quickly today, and now a wall of Berets up at the front, wall of Red Riding Hoods at the rear.
And Red Riding Hoods losing Honey Bunches of Chokes to the penalty box, puts him down a blocker. Out of play, called at the front side of the pack. It looks like we're going to get a penalty on Ann Assassin. She's gone to the penalty box.
4 points for both jammers on that latest pass. Ann Assassin to the box. Had to take the long way. She had passed the penalty no return for the penalty box. And we have a bit of, Red Riding Hoods now getting on the board with 12 points. Berets have 27, 23 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first period of roller derby action.
Be sure to check out Denver Roller Derby's website, www.denverrollerderby.org, where you can sign up for our email newsletter. Also, follow our page at facebook.com/Denver Roller Derby for news and contests. You can win free tickets to come down here, watch all this derby action, have a nice foamy beverage.
There you go. She who cannot be named on the line for the Red Riding Hoods, and Jersey Justice on the line for the Green Berets. One to beat up front. Jersey is through, lead jammer for the first time, Green Berets.
We see the Red Riding Hoods defense change into offense and help get Shehu out of there. Shehu's out, but about a half a lap behind. That's going to give Jersey an opportunity to put more points on the board for the Green Berets.
And Assassin now standing up in the penalty box, meaning she has less than 10 seconds before she's able to come back into the pack.
That pack going really fast. The Red Riding Hoods doing a really good job driving the speed in the front of the pack there. Jersey Justice gets in, gets 1 point, calls off the jam before Shehu can put any points on the board.
Looks like we're going to be skating fast all night long. All night. All night. Hey, Jamba Jamba. We got the Swiss Missile on the line for the Green Berets.
Number 44 Shredder Wheats, is that right?
That's right, bud.
Alrighty, number 44 Shredder Wheats for the Red Riding Hoods. We get started here, and Swiss Missile just penetrates right down the middle of the pack. She is lead jammer for the Green Berets.
Shredder Wheats out as well, just about 40 feet behind the Swiss Missile. Haven't been a lot of jammer containment this bout thus far. Swiss Missile now putting some points on the board. Calls the jam. No points for Rocky Mountain. 4 points for the Green Berets.
Now, what I did see in that jam, Joe, was that the Green Berets took the front side of that pack. They wanted to make sure that pack stayed slow when Swiss got out and got lead. That's a very good strategy to play as opposed to last time when the pack just kind of ran away.
They'll do that.
Honey Bunches of Chokes for the Red Riding.
Looks like it's Honey Bunches of Chokes for the Red Riding Hoods.
And it is a power jam for the Red Riding Hoods. Swiss Missile is in the penalty box right now.
Did not see the infraction on the Swiss Missile, but she ended up in the box. So Rocky Mountain with the advantage here for the Hoods. Looks like Boo Boo Radley to the box for the Green Berets.
S.H. Long now pretty much just sitting on Honey Bunches of Chokes, not letting her go. Chokes goes into the infield, is going to have to recycle, so they're going to take her back as far as they can, but the Red Riding Hood's defense was there with a wall to keep that from happening too far.
And nice offense there by Crucial Taunt from the Red Riding Hoods, but Havoc recycling SH Long takes her to the inside, forcing the pack to the rear.
Meanwhile, at the front of the pack there, Cindy Vermin did take out Honey Bunches of Chokes, but she was able to get right back up and go. Now, it's a no pass, no penalty because they both went into the infield, so she was able to go, but did not get lead, and Swiss Missile returned from the penalty box, got lead jammer, called it off before any points could be earned.
Good defense there by the Green Berets. Score still stands right now. Green Berets 32, Red Riding Hoods 12. Just under 20 minutes left in the first period of play. Hey, if you see some amazing DRD shirts or team shirts in the crowd via this feed, you know where you can get them. Visit our merchandise booth during games or visit our website, www.denverrollerderby.org.
And we're going Jersey Justice right after the whistle, picking up a back blocking penalty. That's going to put this as a power jam for the Red Riding Hoods.
Remember, again, we are 30-second penalties. She who cannot be named taking an outside attack. Almost makes a move there, but locked up there by Virginia Creeper and Henry Mullins. Oh, knocks down Henry Mullins. Just has Quigley to beat up front. Pack stretched up all the way to the front. And she is through. Lead jammer, Hoods.
Now the pack's going to wait for her right here in turn number 2 as she comes around for her first scoring pass. We're going to see we see a lot of offense coming from the Hoods, from the inside line, looking to break up that defense. And Jersey Justice returns from the penalty box, so the pack starts moving at a pretty good speed again. She who threw for 5.
Jersey Justice takes a spell, is swallowed back up by the pack. Salt and Pepper doing a nice job on her. And she is through.
Jersey breaks out of the pack for the Barrettes.
Now she who coming back in to the back side of the pack there takes it gentle and then finds a line right along the inside. She's through for 4 more, calls off the jam. That's going to move the Red Riding Hoods ever closer to the Green Berets again. And we got 21-32 with 18:21 remaining on the clock.
All right, if you have a question or a shout out, you can tweet it to @BRAD_example. Nice use of the underscore. @Brad_example. Got a question, shout out? Tweet Brad.
And I would say if you're looking for us to answer it online, make sure you let him know that you're watching on ColoradoSports.TV so that we'll get the message.
You can also tweet me at JoeMamaDerby. I'm here for you and all your social media needs.
Joe Mama Derby. Swiss Missile jamming for the Green Berets, kind of trapped on the inside line there. Looking to see it. Right now, it's Havoc with the star for the Red Riding Hoods. She's taken off the star, but she finds an inside line. She's going to go for it. She cannot be lead jammer because she took the star off, so she is not lead. So Swiss just needs to break the pack to become lead and call it off.
She calls off the jam immediately as Havoc approaches the pack. So 0,0 jam. Score still stands. Green Berets 32, Red Riding Hoods 21. 17 minutes and 15 seconds left in this first period of roller derby play.
Do want to say thank you to any skaters out there from other leagues that are watching us on ColoradoSports.TV. Don't forget, MHC has a boot camp coming up. The Mile High Club will be holding a boot camp April 18th and 19th right here at the Glitter Dome. You can learn new skills, perfect old ones, and skate with DRD's finest. It's $50 for one day, $90 for both, Saturday and Sunday. Register before April 1st and get a free ticket to the bout that happens the evening of April 18th.
Jersey Justice jamming for the Barrettes, and she is through. Lead jammer, Barrettes. Looks like a back block penalty now. Picked up by Crucial Taunt.
Number 9, Crucial Taunt. 5 points up on the board.
Nice offense there by Salt and Pepper. But number 44, Shredder Wheats, she breaks through. Jersey Justice through, calls the jam, picks up another 4 points for the Green Berets, takes the score. Green Berets 41, Red Riding Hoods 21.
We're 41-21, almost halfway through our first period of derby.
You know, Brad, example, did you know there are some people who were born on this day?
Is that so?
Some in our audience. Yes, Lauren, sitting with Slick Vic in the audience. Happy birthday, Lauren.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
We have 617 Harper Bazaar for the Red Hood. We got 719 Swiss Missile for the Green.
We got the Swiss Missile for the Barrettes. Quickly out, lead jammer.
Harper Bazaar jamming for the Hoods is stuck in the pack there, but is about to find her way out. No, Schlong with a nice hit. Oh, and she's off to the box for a back block anyway.
All right, Swiss Missile quickly through. 5 points for the Barrettes. Sage now dropping the pack to the rear, turn 1.
Therefore, a scoring advantage.
Swiss Missile along the inside line. Major Little Pain tries to take her out, hits her, but falls herself. That's going to be 5 more points for the Green Berets.
Looks like Crucial Taunt to the box now as the box runs over for Rocky Mountain for a low block.
Swiss Missile entering the pack again on her third scoring pass. Having to contend with those Hoods at the top of the pack.
All right, looks like a couple of out-of-play penalties assessed.
Yeah,
to
no
the
pack
Hoods.
was called right at the end there, and they just kept blocking the Swiss Missile. Swiss Missile with 5 more points for the Green Berets as the jammer for the Hoods comes back in.
Harper Bazaar out there, and Pack now speeding up a little bit to catch her. Swiss Missile is soon. She calls the jam. Another 4 points. No points there for the Hoods. Green Berets at 60. Red Riding Hoods 21. Timeout called by the Hoods, and it's going to be an official review.
Once we find out more information about what the official review is, we'll let you know. Each team gets 1 official review per half of the bout, and if they win the official review, they get to keep it. If they lose the official review, then the official review goes away. They cannot use an official review again in that half.
That is correct.
I'd say official reviews are special moments.
They are special moments, and I would really like to know what's happening, but we are not privy to the inner sanctum that is the official review, which contains all of the referees plus the designated representatives, that is the captain and alternate from each respective team.
Now, speaking of special moments, I want to say, if you need someone to capture your special moment, Salvador Photography and Video is our official photographer of Denver Roller Derby, specializing in wedding, family, events, and, of course, sports photography. Salvador Photography and Video will help you remember your big or small event for years to come. Talk to Phil, a.k.a. Bobcat, or visit online at salvadorphotos.com. That's SALVADOR photos.com.
He takes some good pictures, gotta tell you.
If you like us on Facebook and Instagram, you'll see those pictures, and they are amazing pictures.
Hey, another good reason to come out to the Glitter Dome is that we have delicious frosty beverages here. So if you want to come out and support DRD by both watching our roller derby as well as drinking our delicious beverages, we've not made ourselves, but, you know, they're delicious anyway. All right, Jersey Justice online for the Barrettes up against She Who Cannot Be Named for the Hoods. She Who up at the front up against a tough wall and assassin, but through Jersey Justice, lead jammer, Green Barrettes.
She Who having some trouble at the front of the pack there, finally gets some offensive assistance, but the Green Berets are not giving her an inch here. Jersey Justice back around in for a scoring pass, almost taken out at the back of the pack there.
She Who escaped, and ergo, therefore, henceforth, Jersey Justice called the jam. 4 points for the Barrettes, taking the score 64. Green Berets, Red Riding Hoods 21. Hoods were on a little bit of a tear there as the Barrettes got some penalty problems. Picked up quite a few points the last couple of jams, but since then they've been held virtually scoreless by that tough defense of the Green Berets.
We have 4:01 for the Green Berets.
Henry Mullins there jamming for the Green Berets. And looks like that is Honey Bunches of Chokes for the Hoods.
You are right. Honey Bunches of Chokes up against S.H. Long at the front of the pack there, able to swing her, or no, I'm sorry, that was Vivian Layham out at the front of the pack there. She made it right by swinging around with a hip there and is out and eligible to score. She was not lead. I didn't see why she was not lead. It appears that neither jammer is lead jammer.
So it looks like a penalty assessed to Virginia Creeper. So we're going to have a 2-minute jam here.
Honey Bunches of Chokes coming back in for a scoring pass, is quickly through there for 4 more points on the board for the Red Riding Hoods.
Henry Mullins now putting points on the board.
Henry Mullins becoming a
Mullins there stuck at turn 4 behind a very, very tough Hoods wall.
Again. And that is why she is no longer.
Pack stretching out, and there's the out of play, but it's a back block penalty on Henry Mullins.
And look, it's a race to the box by the Jammers. Honey Bunches of Chokes and Henry Mullins looking to take a seat. Take a seat at exactly the same time. So looks like Honey Bunches of Chokes was released right before Henry Mullins, but we're going to finish the jam about 25 seconds here.
Craziness happening in this jam. The pack was waiting for him over by the audience there. And as they come in, Honey Bunches of Chokes through the inside line for 5 points. Henry Mullins taking a beating once again from that defense put up by the Red Riding Hoods. Is going to hand off the star to number 1112. That's Vivian Layham now with the star, but didn't fool the Hoods at all as Major LePain knocks her to the infield and the jam comes to an end.
And looks like a out-of-bounds block assessed now. 3 points more to the Barrettes, 2 points for the Hoods. So it takes the score now. Green Barrettes 67, Red Riding Hoods 32.
The lieutenant who has the stripe on their helmet can receive the star from the jammer. It's a star pass, kind of the little Statue of Liberty move for Derby. We got number 28, Jersey Justice versus number 147.
All right, number 28, Jersey Justice versus 147 Havoc on the jam line with the stars. Jersey Justice along the inside line, out quickly, takes the lead jammer. Not too far behind her, though. I mean, less than a foot almost is Havoc. That's going to bring that jam to a quick end.
Calls the jam as Dave Inchy, one of our delightful refs, takes a little tumble, turn 2 on the outside. We love you, Dave.
Will help you remember your big horse home that's for years to come. Come get Bill, a.k.a. Bobcat, or visit online at ColoradoSports.TV.
All right, we got number 44, Shred Her Wheats for the Red.
All right, number 44, Shred Her Wheats for the Hoods, up against number 719, the Swiss Missile for the Green Barrettes. Swiss Missile out in front, 1 to beat, and she's through. Lead jammer, Green Barrettes.
I like her little jazz hands motion there as she was coming out. I'm pretty sure it was like, I didn't do anything.
Shredder Wheat's taken out there by Schlong on the inside. Smith Whistle takes a little apex hop. She's through. 5 points on the board for the Green Barrettes.
And Shredder Wheat's taken out once again by the Green Barrettes. That was S.H. Long, and Boo Boo Radley dragging her back. Means she's got to start that pass again. Swiss Missile, meanwhile, comes back in for a scoring pass, takes a big hit and is down. That was Major Little Pain. She calls off the jam. 4 points on the board for the Green Barrettes.
All right, looks like our score stands now. Green Barrettes 76, Red Riding Hoods 32. 9 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first period of roller derby action.
Roller Girls and Denver Roller Derby have joined forces to have a little bit of a playoff tournament between our home.
Hey, thanks to our sponsor, Klein Trucking, for their support. Klein Trucking specializes in flatbed trucking and is one of Colorado's finest. Klein Trucking. Don't get confused if you're German. Klein means small, but Klein is just a name here. Kleiner Trucking for all your tiny needs.
She who cannot be named jamming for the Red Riding Hoods makes it to the front of the pack and then takes a spill to the infield. She is lead. She's going to call off the jam. She saw that Jersey Justice was able to get out of the pack too. She said, I'm going to just call it. That's probably a wise decision to make.
I think that is wise. So what we've seen here, Smash, is that when the Hoods have been able to pick up lead jammer, usually it's like one pass, or they've come out after the Green Barrettes jammer has already been released or is on a scoring pass. So tough for them to make points. I think their best, I think they got picked up 11 points during the jam where it was Henry Mullins versus Honey Bunches of Chokes.
You're correct. So they're going to have to adjust something here and do a little better job of jammer holding the jammer in that initial pass. Now as we come in here, that's Havoc jamming for the Red Riding Hoods.
Up against the Swiss Missile for the Green Barrettes, and through lead jammer, the Hoods with Havoc.
And now you see the Hoods have turned on the defense. They're doing a really good job holding the Swiss Missile, so the Hoods have a good chance of putting some points on the board here now, as long as they can keep that pack slow. Shredder Wheat's doing a good job trying to hold the Swiss Missile, takes a spill to the outside line, and Swiss Missile able to break through. Now Havoc back in for a scoring pass. Let's see if she's got good jammer awareness.
Swiss Missile hits the back of the pack, but no points. Full 4 points on the board for the Red Riding Hoods, and Havoc. Score, Green Berets 76, Red Riding Hoods 40 points behind at 36. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first period. Roller derby play.
So if you haven't figured it out yet, DRD is proud to announce a new name and logo after 10 years in roller derby. The Denver Roller Dolls will from now on be known as Denver Roller Derby, an all-inclusive league that boasts 3 competitive interleague teams, a juniors program, and an affiliates men's program. Along with the new name, Denver Roller Derby was proud to release a new logo and also has a new brand coming to the website soon.
Jersey Justice, picks up a back block penalty, and she who cannot be named is your lead jammer. Green Berets able to get to the front of the pack now. Will wall up. It's 4-on-3 favoring the Red Riding Hoods.
Now, the Red Riding Hoods last time were able to take slight advantage of the power jam. They're going to be looking to do that here again and close that score gap that's already happening. We'll see what happens. And there is a cutting the track penalty.
It's on Quigley.
So the Berets lose a blocker again to the box. And they
another
lose
blocker.
another one as Ann Assassin heads off. That's going to make it easier for Shihu to get 5 more points, but she just picked up 5.
Now Jersey Justice back in the mix for the Berets. She who threw another 4 points on the board now as Jersey Justice is out of the pack and eligible to score. Boo Boo and Cindy Vermin now trying to make a move up front.
Shihu coming back in again for another scoring pass. She's in. She calls off the jam. She picks up all 4, but she does allow Jersey Justice to get in for 3 points for the Green Berets.
Red Riding Hoods now cut the lead down. Green Berets 79, Red Riding Hoods 49. So 10 points there cut from the Berets lead. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left. So Voodoo Donuts, they're here in Denver. They're only in 2 locations right now, but soon to be international. Our friend Rob Lobster is out in Taipei, scoping out locations for Voodoo Donuts Taipei in Taiwan.
Number 617, Harper Bazaar, jamming for the Red Riding Hoods. Already out of the pack, almost immediately out of the pack. Their lead jammer going to the Hoods.
Vivian Liamount got stuck there at the back, took a big hit there at turn 1. Vivian now out. She pulled the star cover off her head. No one is fooled, Vivian.
Harper Bazaar now kind of stuck at the front there behind S.H. Long, getting some assistance from Ann Assassin. She picks up 4 points, going to call off the jam before Liamount can get back to the pack and put any points on the board for the Berets. 53-79. Green Berets still with a decent lead.
4 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first period of play.
For great food, crafted cocktails, and an awesome patio, visit Jake's Food and Spirits on 3800 Walnut Street. Jake's features daily specials and is a favorite hangout of the Denver Roller Derby.
Thanks again to ColoradoSports.TV for broadcasting this bout and the next bout. Through picking up lead jammer Cindy Vermin for the Green Berets.
And
Crucial taunt for the first time tonight and picks up a track cut. Power jam, Green Berets.
That was Quigley sitting all over there, and Quigley really good about getting somebody out and managing to get that cutting the track penalty.
Cindy Vermin now with one to beat and picks up a penalty there for a back block. Now we'll do the jammer swap as Vermin hits the box. So now we are stopped at turn 2. Green Berets have a full component of blockers out there. 4-3.
Crucial taunt returning from the penalty box. She's going to get her way in there and meets up with Boo Boo Radley and Quigley at the back of the pack there. She's able to find a way around them using some fancy footwork. She's out. Not eligible for lead, but can get points now for the Hoods.
We're going to go a full 2 minutes. Still have about 45 seconds left in this jam. Cindy Vermin out of the penalty box now. It's going to hit a wall of 2 Hoods at the back of the pack. Green Berets now spread out there. Outlaws, the last one to beat with Quigley. And Crucial Taunt is through. That is 5 full points for the Hoods.
And Cindy Vermin now looking to come through for some points for herself. She makes it to the front, chased down by Shihu, but she's out and now going to be eligible to score. Crucial taunt all the way around again now, looking to put even more points on the board for the Hoods.
And she is through. One blocker to beat, and Quigley sends her back.
Shihu coming in, taking out Quigley there. A little revenge hit there.
No penalty called.
As Cindy Vermin at the back of the pack there, just trapped. Jam comes to an end. 4 more points on the board for Crucial Taunt.
4 points as time expires. We're going to call an official timeout.
An official timeout has been called, and an official timeout is a great time to ask you a big question. Do you need a hero? Well, why don't you come out and learn to be your own hero? We want you skating on our track. Come out to our next recruitment. The next DRD recruitment night will be on Tuesday, May 5th. Come down to the Glitter Dome and see what skating with DRD is all about. You don't need to be a great skater to join. If you've never skated before, we'll put you through our On Skates flight school and teach you the basics. Recruitment starts promptly at 6:30 p.m. here at the Glitter Dome. Be here Tuesday, May 5th with a minimum of 15 minutes early to sign in and get some protective gear on. The doors will open at 6 p.m. to begin sign-in.
All right, looks like through lead jammer. That is Havoc. And Jersey Justice now having to get around, and she is not through yet. Not putting points on the board, but she is now through, eligible to score.
Havoc just threw on her first scoring pass, going to pick up 4 points, is chasing down Jersey Justice, maybe hoping to pass Jersey, but it didn't happen. She's going to call off the jam. 0-0 on the last pass for both jammers.
All right, Hoods now making a move here. Green Berets 85, Red Riding Hood 66. 1 minute and 22 seconds left in this first period of roller derby action. Hey, once again, if you want to check us out on the Twitters, Denver Roller Derby, on the Instagram, Denver Roller Derby, on the Facebook, Denver Roller Derby. We got your roller derby. We got it in Denver.
Could be our last jam of the period. And of course, we have a whole other period of derby.
And we're into the next jam, and the action is happening. Swiss Missile jamming for the Green Berets at the front of the pack there. Just Major Lopane to beat. And now 1 more to go. That was Motorbutt, and she's through. Lead jammer.
So no pass, no penalty, but she was already through and has picked up lead. Jammer is still stuck from the Red Riding Hoods as the Swiss Missile approaches the back of the pack, looking for some offense from S.H. Long.
The reason that the first jammer out would not be declared lead is if they have what we call no pass, no
Already, Harper Bazaar did make her way out. Swiss Missile through for 4 points. Going to go ahead and call off the jam. Now we're under 30 seconds here. We may or may not have another jam.
We will have one if there's a timeout. But in all likelihood, it will not happen. We will adjourn for halftime, good sir.
Yeah, you would think a timeout would already be called if they were going for it. We're ticking down the clock. The whistle will not blow. We're going to go into halftime.
It'll blow to end the period, though.
If the clock ticks out, it'll end. It'll end the period, I guess. What I meant to say is, well, I don't know what I meant to say. Never mind.
Apparently, we did not end the period. Picking up lead jammer, she who cannot be named. Jersey Justice now quickly out as well.
There must have been just enough time on that clock. The clock has expired, but we're going to keep going in this jam until it's called off. And there it is, called off. 1 single point for Shihu. Going to take us to 67-89 as we get ready to go into the half.
Good comeback here by the Hoods after being down by almost 40 points. So they have made a bit of a comeback. We're going to have about 15 minutes here. And we will rest, adjourn, pick up maybe a beverage or two. And again, if you're at home, I encourage you to do the same. Thank you for tuning in to ColoradoSports.TV at the Glitter Dome tonight on this beautiful second day of spring, Smash.
It is absolutely beautiful out there. Hey, if you're close by and you want to see the derby action in person, come on down 3600 Wincoop Street in Denver. It's pretty easy to get to, right off of I-70. Come check out all the action for yourself here. We got plenty of room in the house for you.
All right, we'll talk to you very soon. This is Joe Mama and Smash. Take care. All right, we are back to the action. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuning in to ColoradoSports.TV. My name is Joe Mama.
And I'm Bangers and Smash.
I don't know why I use that inflection, Bangers. Smash.
Smash.
Whatever.
Something. It doesn't matter.
All right, we stand at a score. Green Berets 89, Red Riding Hoods 67. A little bit of intra-league home team play. Denver Roller Derby hosting Rocky Mountain Roller Girls, Red Riding Hoods 89, Green Berets, Red Riding Hoods 67.
And we got our second period of play underway. Havoc. This is her 6th time with the star.
Looks like we got Havoc on the line against the Swiss Missile. Swiss Missile pulled out of bounds there by Salt and Pepper, has to re-enter the pack. As the pack is pulled forward, no pack called, and released is Havoc. Lee Jammer, Hoods.
Swiss Missile takes off her Jammer Star, then takes a hit to the outfield and has to recycle. She was looking to hand that star off to Vivian Layamau. Havoc back around for a scoring pass, gets held up at the front side of the pack there by Outlaw, S.H. Long, and Boo Boo Radley.
Looks like Vivian Layamau was given the star. She is now pushing at the front of the pack, trying to get out. Havoc almost through on the outside. Vivian Layamau tripped up and picking up a penalty for Rocky Mountain.
That's Shredder Weeds.
Shredder Weeds.
And both jammers now recycling again. Everybody knows Vivian's the jammer. She's going to go ahead and put that star in her helmet.
S.H. Long doing a great job of recycling. Now the Swiss Missile in that jammer and the blocker rotation as Vivian Layamau hits that tough wall of Rocky Mountain up at the front.
And she is just really, I mean, that's a lot of toe stop action there, driving that wall forward, looking for that way out.
This could be a good ad for toe stop running. Whatever brand she wears, buy that brand. It'll keep you leaned over in the A formation as you hit a tough wall of Red Riding Hoods. Brand name, Toe Stop Roller Derby. And the jam was called. 5 points there for Havoc. So Red Riding Hoods putting themselves up at 72. Green Berets 89.
Such a tough jam. Oh my goodness.
28 minutes left in the game.
Hey, if you want to keep up on our current events with Denver Roller Derby, our boot camps, and ticket specials, sign up for our monthly newsletter at denverrollerderby.org.
We take this moment to welcome all the skaters who are here tonight from other leagues. There's a ton of derby in Colorado. There's a ton of derby up and down the front range. As always,
getting back into the action.
That's a Jersey Justice on the line for the Green Berets. Tripped up at the back. That looks like
I believe
Harper
that's
Bazaar.
Yeah, Harper Bazaar jamming for the Hoods.
And through, picking up lead jammer, Jersey Justice, Harper Bazaar now, recycled by Quigley all the way to the back of turn 1.
Jersey Justice around for a scoring pass coming in, breaks right in through the wall, but then gets captured in a triangle and pushed to the outside by Major LePain. Major LePain did go out with her, so that's going to be a 5-point pass for Jersey Justice.
Salt and Peppa thought she had her, but then she did not. Jersey Justice picked up full 5 points.
Now the Hoods passing the star to Major LePain. She's out and looking to put points on the board, but Jersey Justice knew where she was, called off the jam after picking up 3 more points for the Green Berets.
Berets now up 97, Red Riding Hood 72, 26 minutes and 44 seconds left in this first period of play.
We're going to have the Swiss Missile.
The Swiss Missile on the line for the Green Berets up against number 88 for the Red Riding Hoods. That is she who cannot be named, but I just named her, so what happens to me?
You're still there, so.
Yeah, maybe. Is this all a dream? It's one of my dreams, announcing roller derby.
It's a pretty awesome thing. That's
Jam
for sure.
has started. The Swiss Missile is through. Lead jammer, Green Berets, and now she who threw on the inside.
Nice duck there by the Swiss Missile. She looks behind her. See, she's got about 30-ish feet. She's going to look to put some points on the board. She's in. She calls off the jam. She does pick up 2 points for Berets.
Berets now and help make these events possible, including especially ColoradoSports.TV for broadcasting this event thank the skating and non-skating officials who enforce the rules, track the points, and keep our skaters as safe as humanly possible.
And thank you, Joe, for
Thank
being
you, Smash. Thanks all around.
You may also be hearing Brad example and miscommunication on our house mics.
But you don't want to listen to them. Quigley through for the first time, jamming tonight, picks up lead. Harper Bazaar jamming for the Red Riding Hoods. Getting pushed out there by Cindy Verman and almost through, but nice wall by Anna Sass and Cindy Verman.
Quigley, meanwhile, all the way around for a scoring pass, is really taking some big hits from Motorbutt there, but able to keep her feet in the track, and she's going for score. Takes a spill, going to call off the jam. She did pick up all 4 points on that pass.
Green Berets break the century mark, 1:03 to the Red Riding Hoods, 72, 24 minutes and 50 seconds left in this second period of roller derby action. Hey, if you're hearing the music in the background, don't just thank your auditory senses. Thank DJ Dez for bringing the music. DJ Dez bringing the music even when you don't have any. It says ad-lib. That was terrible.
That was a pretty bad
Come on. It said ad-lib, but I didn't know what to do.
Alrighty, it looks like it's going to be Crucial Taunt taking on Jersey Justice as we get into the next jam. Jersey Justice on the outside line gets lead jammer, then Shihu jumps up to try to hold her back, but Jersey Justice clears it. Crucial Taunt, meanwhile, takes a big hit from Outlaw. Outlaw goes out with her. She's able to get right back on. S.H. Long, though, comes in with a big swooping hit.
That was beautiful toe stop work there.
Big recycle, yeah, it was. Jersey Justice already puts up 5 for the Green Berets.
And Crucial Taunt was already out of the pack with 1 to beat, but that one, S.H. Long, dropping her into the inside. And now it looks like we have a stop block penalty assessed to a Hood skater. She is in the box.
It was Honey Bunches of Chokes, yeah, and it caused Jersey to go down in a little somersault, but Jersey was right back up and out. Right in front of her as she gets out of the pack is Crucial Taunt. She calls off the jam after getting that 5-point pass.
Barrett's now kind of stepping into the back into the authority here. 1:13, Red Riding Hood 72, 23 minutes and 20 seconds left. Hey, if you're here next time, you should come out because the Mile High Club is swapping their gear. Again, don't think of it as swapping gear. It's clean. They've used their wheels, but hey, these guys, some of them are sponsored, so they get some good swag. Come check it out. You know, gear swap. All proceeds go towards travel funds for Denver Roller Derby's charter travel team, the Mile High Club.
So we've got the Swiss Missile taking on Harper Bazaar.
Harper Bazaar's been pretty successful. 1 to beat, and she's through with the Swiss Missiles. Also through a lead jammer. She puts on that second gear, and she is going.
Both jammers racing toward a fast pack. Swiss Missile, though, continuing to increase the distance between her and Harper Bazaar, but that pack is just not slowing down at all. Swiss Missile comes in, calls off the jam, picks up 2 points for the Green Berets. That was an intense last few seconds of that jam.
Sure was. I did not, yeah. All right, hey, once again, I don't know, maybe you can't make it here tonight, but maybe you can make it to tracks for our after party. On the list are our Denver Roller Derby fans. Upgraded tracks here in the main room with Jessica Suda from the Pussycat Dolls. Check it out tonight. Jersey Justice picking up lead jammer for the Green Berets. And she who cannot be named, taking off the jammer cap, but disguise, she is now through.
Jersey Justice signaling to her team to get her through here so she can pick up the points. She takes a little bit of a spill. She's going to go ahead and call off the jam. She does secure 3 more points for the Green Berets. Some hard hits going on out there. Some people might need some adjustments afterward. If you need an adjustment for all of your chiropractic, active release therapy, acupuncture, and massage needs, be sure to check out Accelerate Health, proud sponsor of Denver Roller Derby.
All right, we got Havoc on the line up against number 1112, Vivian Lamout for the Berets.
There's the whistle. That was probably one of the slowest off the line starts I've seen tonight. Havoc quickly to the front side of the pack. They're getting held up by Ann Assassin and Cindy Verman. She's out. That's going to be lead jammer for the Hoods.
And picking up a star pass there is Quigley. And looks like Vivian Lamb out to the box.
It was after the star was passed, or
was it before?
It looks like Quigley went back into the pack, so I'm guessing it was an illegal star pass. So we have no jammer for the Green Berets, as Vivian Lamb is serving that penalty as the jammer. Power jam for the Hoods, and there is going to be 5 points on the board for Havoc.
Probably what had happened was she got the penalty before she passed the star, then it was called. So Vivian has to get the star back.
Vivian Lamb back from the penalty box, looking to get to the front side of the pack there so she can recover that helmet cover. Jam comes to an end. Havoc getting another 5 points. 15-point jam for the Red Riding Hoods.
All right, score stands now. Green Berets 118, Red Riding Hoods 87, 19 minutes and 48 seconds. We have a timeout called. Let's say it gets by the Hoods.
So now's a great time to share with you. Denver Roller Derby is proud to announce that our affiliated men's team, Ground Control, has been accepted into the Men's Roller Derby Association and will begin sanctioned MRDA play alongside Mile High Club and Bruise and Altitude at the Big O Tournament in Eugene, Oregon on May 1st.
What?
That's right. For more information, visit our men's team. You can visit their Facebook page at Denver's Ground Control Men's Roller Derby. You skate on that team, don't you know?
Sometimes, as do you, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it skating quite yet, but
gliding furiously. That's what I call skating.
Gliding furiously.
Hey, if you're watching this and you're in the local area, if you have a child between the ages of 6 and 17 that's interested in playing roller derby, we've got a junior roller derby team. They are called Major Turbulence, or Minor Turbulence, in fact, and they're always looking for new members. Our next recruitment date is April 25th. Email drdjuniors@denverrollerderby.org for more details.
Honey Bunches of Chokes takes on Swiss Missile as we start the pack at the pivot line.
What?
I know. I'm seeing a lot more of this season, so it's not as impressive as it used to be.
No, you're right. Oh, Honey Bunches of Chokes through quickly. Lead jammer Hoods. Swiss Missile now feints a star pass to SH Long.
Still about a half a track between them, so Honey Bunches of Chokes going in for some score. Coming in, she takes a big hit to the outside. She picks up 2 points, calls off the jam, but not before Swiss Missile picks up 1 more point for the Green Berets.
All right, let's say we're going to have an official timeout right now. We will be adjusting the scoreboard. Toot sweet. Thank you once again to tuning in to ColoradoSports.TV to watch Denver Roller Derby action. Denver Roller Derby Green Berets up against Rocky Mountain Roller Girls Red Riding Hoods. A little intra-league play in the beautiful mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. If you're watching this from the East Coast, you are under some snow. I'm so sorry. If you're watching this from Australia, it is nighttime. Why are you awake? You guys are awesome. Watching this from Europe, go outside, look at cool architecture. I don't know where else I should go. South America?
Sure, why not? If you're watching this from South America, it's still daytime.
Go get a delicious beverage that has coconut in it.
Why coconut?
Okay, so I went to Brazil, and we made it a goal to drink as many coconuts as possible. And my wife actually had just under 40 coconuts within an 8-day period.
Oh my goodness.
Single-handedly reviving the coconut industry on the coast of Brazil.
Well, here's something you can have a coconut drink to. Kiss of Death wants to wish her dad a happy birthday.
You know what official timeouts are good for our skater?
It's all good. Kiss of Death. Happy birthday to your father. He's a good man.
Happy dad birthday.
Happy dad day.
How about a crowd dance off? Do I got anybody brave enough in the crowd to stand up and bust a little move for me here? Oh, well, thank you, sir. That was awesome. Jersey Justice, and Major Little Pain.
All right, we got Major Little Pain on the line for Rocky Mountain number 726 up against number 28, Jersey Justice.
And Major Little Pain right off the line, picking up a back block that makes this a power jam for Jersey Justice, who is just now lead jammer for the Green Berets.
So a power jam here for Jersey.
And as Jersey comes in, there's some confusion, it looks like, in the pack there. Jersey able to make it quickly through for another 5 points on the board for the Green Berets.
Quigley now goading. It's just terrible from the Hoods, and Jersey Justice through another 5 points for the Green Berets.
The Green Berets are, of course, going to take advantage of this power jam to increase their score as much as they can. Jersey coming back in for another scoring pass. The Hoods got things together at the front of the pack there. They're putting on a little better defense. Jersey kind of hung up there as Major Little Pain comes back from the penalty box.
Looks like a Mesh terrible. Picked up a clockwise block penalty. 5 points there for Jersey Justice.
And Major Little Pain being recycled behind Quigley and having to fight back through. Oh, and it looks like their skates might have got caught a little bit there. They were both down. Both quickly back up, though. And Major Little Pain continues that battle on her first initial pass. Jersey Justice, meanwhile, through for another 5 for the Green Berets.
Green Berets now using a little bit of strategy there to capture the jammer from Rocky Mountain. And looks like Virginia Creeper to the box for the Berets. This is where time management comes into play. The Berets really could continue trading points for points here to maintain their lead as they pass the star, looks like, to Major Little Pain. Or did she have the star initially?
Major Little Pain did have the star initially. I think she wanted to pass the star, but then she found that hole and got out, so she didn't have to pass it off to the Pivot Havoc. Jersey Justice, another 4 points. She's going to let the clock tick down a little bit. She knows Major Little Pain's going in for some points, but she doesn't have to call it until she's ready. Looks to her bench. Burns off the rest of the penalty. Her coach said, hold up, let the penalty box clear. Gets another 5 points on the last pass.
4 points there for the Hood. So again, we should look at this in terms of clock management. So the Berets could trade points for points here and try to wear down their jammers, make sure that they don't get any penalties. But again, it could be a tough gamble, again, given that the Hoods have kind of bounced back and forth between big swings and getting points. Score is 148. Green Berets, Red Riding Hoods 93. 16 minutes and 32 seconds left.
She who cannot be named jamming for the Red Riding Hoods, and S.H. Long jamming for the Green Berets, takes lead jammer. You don't often see her wearing the star. She's primarily a blocker.
A very good blocker.
Good blocker, but she's showing she's got what it takes to be a jammer too. She goes right into the pack, swings through. 4 more points go on the board for the Green Berets. She calls off the jam.
Swing in the schlong, 4 points. Got to give me a high five for that one.
That one was very well done.
Better than the ad lib. So we read advertisements here for our sponsors, and one of them says ad lib at will. Don't tell me to ad lib. I can't do it.
Oh, I thought you were just supposed to read it like, thank you, DJ Des, for bringing in the music. Ad lib at will. I thought that was like his tagline. You've heard him play some music. My favorite is when he goes into the game show themes.
Right. Looks like picking up lead jammer for the Red Riding Hoods. That is Shred Her Wheats.
Swiss Missile with the, Quigley with the star. Swiss Missile was the pivot. I was just looking at the wrong helmet cover there. Big hits at the front of the pack going to result in a clockwise block.
Quigley now one to beat up front, and she is through. Looks like a bunch of penalties now called on Rocky Mountain. That is number 42 and number 86. Assault and Peppa and Shelova Subdrop. I can't say that. That is a tongue twister.
Shelova Subdrop. Jam comes to an end. 5 points earned by the Hoods on that pass. 3 for the Green Berets.
So score stands now. Green Berets 155. Red Riding Hoods 98. 14 minutes and 44 seconds left in the second period of roller derby action. Stick around here. We have another bout coming up. It is the Denver Roller Dolls Orange Crushers, defending champs from last year, up against Denver Roller Doll Shotgun Betties.
Back to the action on the track. The Jammers come up. They meet the pack there at the pivot line.
It's Vivian Lanham up against Havoc. And it looks like a forearm call now on Boo Boo Radley. But through lead jammer, Vivian Lamb out for the Green Berets. Havoc one to beat up front.
That's actually Harper Bazaar with the star. Not a problem. I did the same thing last jam. Harper Bazaar out and free, but Vivian Lamb out into the pack. She's going to go ahead and call off the jam as she takes a spill in the pack there. Does pick up 3 points for the Green Berets.
Berets content to take small scores as long as they're able to prevent.
Score, Green Berets 158, Red Riding Hoods 98, 13 minutes and 43 seconds.
We can get an EMT to the Hoods bench, please. With ice, EMT to the Hoods bench with ice, please. On the line for the Green Berets, we have 645, Cindy Berman. We got number 88, She-Who for the Red.
She-Who for the Hoods up against Cindy Verman for the Berets. She-Who recycled there by Quigley. Cindy Verman, 2 to beat up front.
And that's going to be an out-of-play block on Major LePain there, who, after the call was made, held on to Cindy Verman. Cindy, though, out and pushing. She was lead jammer, and now back around for a scoring pass. She-Who free. So Cindy Verman's going to go ahead and call off that jam after picking up 4 points for the Green Berets.
4-0 jam takes a score. Green Berets 162, Red Riding Hoods at 98, 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period.
Do you know or have a child between the ages of 6 and 17 that's interested in playing junior derby? Our co-ed junior team, Major Turbulence.
Once again, thank you to ColoradoSports.TV and their intrepid crew of photographers, cinematographers, audio people, and whatnot for providing the video and the streaming for this bout and the next bout today.
Back to the action on the track. We've got the Swiss Missile taking on Honey Bunches of Chokes. Lots of action happening in the pack there. Both jammers were kind of neck and neck. Then Honey Bunches of Choke got knocked out, and Swiss Missile found her way through for lead jammer for the Green Berets.
I gotta tell you, Smash, these games have been fast and very hard-hitting and very, very enjoyable to watch, in fact.
They absolutely have, and the interesting thing I've seen from the Green Berets today is lots of star passes. If the other team gets a lead, you're seeing them attempt that star pass or at least faking it. Swiss Missile now back through for 5 points, and meanwhile, Honey Bunches of Chokes in the pack, holding onto that helmet cover, looking to maybe pass it off, but not quite able to do so as she's being sat on by the defense from the Green Berets, knocked to the infield by S.H. Long.
We've seen both teams do a ruse on the star pass, kind of pull the star pass off, and then everyone focuses on the pivot to whom they can pass the star. And meanwhile, it's just in their little hip there, they're hiding it in their hand, and then they bust through and get out. So it's an interesting strategy, a good strategy, considering how tough the walls have been in this entire experience today.
Yeah, neither team wants to give up a lick of space on the track from the defensive side, so it is definitely a wise strategy to be used.
Green Berets now upping their ante, 172 to Red Riding Hoods 98. Period clock is at 10:53. Jersey Justice on the line for the Berets up against shell of a sub drop for the Hoods.
And Jersey Justice out, lead jammer, Shaleva sub drop, thinking about pulling off that helmet cover, but doesn't. Starts to fight against that Green Berets defense again as Jersey Justice comes through for 5 in the sky for the Green Berets.
And she is out. She's about 20 feet behind Jersey Justice. Again, if I was the Berets, and I once was, I would continue to swap jam for jam, especially if their jammer had a tough time getting through the initial pass. Wear them down, use the clock.
Well, Jersey Justice did exactly that. She went ahead and burned some more time, picked up even 1 more point for the Green Berets, and then called it off before any points were earned by the Red Riding Hoods.
Green Berets score 178, Red Riding Hoods 98, 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period. Stick around again, we've got the Orange Crushers up against the Shotgun Betties and our double header here at the Glitter Dome on a beautiful spring day in Denver, Colorado.
Cindy Verman versus Harper Bazaar as we get the jam on. Cindy Vermin along the inside line takes lead jammer pretty quickly there as they meet the pack. Harper Bazaar with just one to beat. That's Outlaw up there, and Outlaw holds her long enough for the rest of the Green Berets to catch up, and then she's taken out by S.H. Long to the infield. But S.H. Long picking up a forearm, going to go to the penalty box. Harper Bazaar out. Now, Cindy Vermin is in for her scoring pass, but not able to break out of that pack. She's going to go ahead and shut down the jam, pick up another 5 points for the Green Berets.
Score now stands Green Berets 183, Red Riding Hoods 98. Team been stuck on that number for a little while now. 8 minutes and 48 seconds.
Blocking with the head penalty.
Yes.
So, which is what?
So a high block is also blocking to the head or to the face. And the signal to that is similar to face masking in football. And the signal for blocking with the head is similar to spearing.
We have Jersey Justice on the line for the Berets. She picks up lead. Looks like that's Motorbutt there, jamming for the Hoods. Nice offense there by Shredder Wheats, and she is through. Jersey Justice looking for some offense. Gets them on the inside line. Through, calls the jam. 4 Punkte. That is 4 points for all you Germans for Jersey Justice.
I'm glad you translated that. Because I wasn't sure what you just said.
My favorite German word actually is 5, which is fünf. That is,
Yeah.
just an
My
amazing.
favorite German word is Schadenfreude.
Only because you can sing a song.
I can sing a song.
Those of you that have seen Avenue Q, all you nerds and Broadway fans.
We're back into the action. Vivian Lamel taking on Honey Bunches of Chokes as they come up and meet the pack. The defense gets turned on. Both jammers looking for a way through there. Vivian Lamel comes to the front. Assault and Peppa, though, drives her to the outside.
Vivian Lamau doing a good job of not standing up. Recycled behind Assault and Peppa. Assault and Peppa, stalwart veteran for Rocky Mountain on both the Hoods and their travel team.
I got to say, too, Swiss Missile with a nice recycle on Honey Bunches of Chokes there. We see this recycling continue to happen, and there it is. Vivian Lamau finds the front side of the pack finally. Lead jammer goes to the Green Berets.
40 seconds before we had a lead jammer call. That is some hard defense by both squads there.
Vivian Lamau able to get quickly through the pack and pick up another 5 points for the Green Berets.
Once again, S.H. Long and the Swiss Missile recycling Honey Bunches of Chokes.
Now, if you could see it at home on the camera there, Honey Bunches of Chokes is holding on to the helmet cover, maybe considering passing it off to Mistress Terrible, but has not done so yet.
And picking up a penalty for the Green Berets, that is the Swiss Missile. Mistress Terrible did receive a star pass. Now, pack is getting pulled way out, and they have to let her go.
And they do, but not before Outlaw picks up an out-of-play block. Vivian Lamau comes into the pack. She's going to let the clock burn a little bit and then call off the jam. There's 4 more points for the Green Berets.
Picking up a penalty there at the end was number 42 for the Hoods. Shell of a sub drop. Score stands now Green Berets 196. Green Berets, Red Riding Hoods 98. There is a timeout called.
And that's the Hoods calling that timeout.
Remind you that Long Way Edge food truck is outside. With a Italian vegetarian meals. Indoors, we've got our concessions.
So they got 1 timeout left.
Sodas and other drinks and snacks and candy bars and that kind of stuff.
196-98. Talking some strategy, I imagine, how they can make a comeback here. 5:50 left on the clock. It's going to be tough to do, but it's not undoable.
That is 2.5 Sandrine Ranjon 44-point jams. It can be done.
It can be done. Like I said, not impossible. Improbable, likely, but not impossible.
We had 3 words earlier.
All right, looks like we've got the penalty box. 2 blockers from each squad, so we have what is known in Derby parlance as a diet pack.
Pack light.
Pack light. She-Who out there for the Hoods up against Cindy Vermin. So 2-on-2.
Both teams fielding some really good defense, though, for only having 2 blockers covering the entire track there. Cindy Vermin, just Shredder Wheats to get by, is out and lead jammer for the Green Berets. And now we're seeing the Hoods start to do the star pass thing as well. She-Who pulled it off, tried to hand it off to Havoc, but was able to find her way out as Havoc got hammered there.
Havoc got bumped to the inside by Boo Boo Radley. Cindy Vermin hits 2 more in the front, and she is through. Calls off the jam as the penalty box empties out. Should have full packs for the next jam. Score, Green Berets 200, Red Riding Hoods 98. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game.
Berets now working off of an 8 in a row lead jammer streak. They lose 200 points to the 98 of the Red Riding Hoods. We are just past 5 minutes remaining in this game.
The sultry sounds of Motley Crue will encourage the last 5 minutes here.
That is awesome.
Here we go back into the action quickly with the star for the Green Berets takes a bunch of hits there. They look pretty dang hard. They were moving her around the track, but she didn't let them bother her. She's out in lead jammer.
And a cut track penalty on number 617. That is
Harper Bazaar. And also, Assault and Peppa headed to the penalty box makes it easier for Quigley to get through for another 5 points for the Green Berets. It's a power jam. I'm pretty sure we're going to skate for at least 30 more seconds and pick up some points for the Green Berets.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. All right. 4-on-3 favoring the Green Berets. Score is 210 to 98. Quigley quickly around again.
S.H. Long up there to provide a little bit of offense for her, and she does. It's another 5-point pass for Quigley. And that's going to call off the jam just as the jammer was released. I think maybe she was hoping to catch her in the box, but everybody was released. We're going to start with a full 5-on-5.
Hey, let's do 5-on-5. Why not?
Works for me.
Score is Green Berets 215, Red Riding Hoods at 98, 334. Vince Neil saying, whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
Vivian Lanham out jamming for the Green Berets.
And Crucial Taunt for the Red Riding Hoods.
She has the best nickname for her derby name.
Hello, Crouton.
Crouton.
Hello, Crouton.
Crucial Taunt, a little-known name of the female leads band in the movie Wayne's World. For you trivia buffs.
Vivian lay him out and lead jammer, and Crucial Taunt was being managed on the outside line there. She did get hit out and ended up picking up a cutting the track penalty, stepping back in front of one of the players that had knocked her out there.
Nice work there by Cindy Vermin to pull her back. Vivian Lamb out, one to beat up front.
And she's past Shredder Wheats for 5 more points for the Green Berets.
Shredder Wheats did a great job of holding her up, though. She-Who back in the mix for the Hoods. And Vivian Lamb out quickly through Hingo de Rinco. Green Berets.
I was waiting for that.
I'll just wait for the last 2 minutes in a roller derby bout with you, Smash.
All 4 blockers out there for both teams.
Vivian Lamb out now up against She-Who on the outside line there. Havoc getting in on the action, and now all 4 of the Hoods up there holding her in.
But Vivian Lamb out sticking to the track with those amazing insert brand here toe stops and squeezes through. That was fantastic.
That was an amazing, she managed to plow right on the line there to avoid a cut and then just walked off and picked up those 5 points.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. Actually, she turned her body such that if they had hit her, it would have been a back block. So the Hoods, rightly so, they kind of laid off, and she was able to squeeze forward and pick up all 5 points.
Now, Crucial Taunt returning from the penalty box, puts the star back on her head. The jam comes to an end. 1 more point for the Green Berets.
Green Berets now have this well in hand, 231 to 98. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this game.
We have a minute remaining in the game. Are you guys enjoying?
Can safely say that the game is in hand for the Berets, but hard fought. Very fast, very physical roller derby this afternoon.
Before you step over those barriers, Warriors to be declared.
Here goes, we're into the jam. That whistle blew, and everybody was off. And it is number 617, Harper Bazaar, lead jammer for the Hoods.
Looks like Virginia Creeper jamming for the first time tonight for the Barrettes. No time like the present, huh?
Why not? The Barrettes, I think the Barrettes can feel pretty secure with their lead at this point in time, where the clock is standing, that they can take a chance, see how somebody else is going to fare out there jamming for the team.
Well, if they change their mind, they'll be the first in line. That jammer's still not free, so they could take a chance on
me.
Virginia Creeper.
There you go. 5 points on the board for the Hoods.
And the star was passed appropriately enough to Jersey Justice. And a cut track penalty by Harper Bazaar. We will end the game here with 1:02 left in this period and in this game. Jersey Justice was like, oh, why'd you have to pass me the star? I almost threw 4 points.
Now, what you're going to see here is Jersey's going to go ahead and still skate, but she's not going to skate real hard in that pack. She's going to avoid getting penalties.
How do you know?
She's gonna take her time getting through if she needs to, because she doesn't want a penalty and be sent off the track and let them make some more points.
Have another 5 points there. It looks like the green beret is ready to go and start the celebrating. And
the green
beret. We have 24 seconds left in the jam. Green Beret's up 241 to Hoods at 103.
Back block penalty on Shalova sub drop. Another 5 points for Jersey Justice. And Harper Bazaar coming back from the penalty box gets another cutting the track. That is not how the Hoods want to end this game. But that's how it's going to be. Another 5 points for Jersey Justice. 1 point for Harper Bazaar.
All right. Hoods take their score to 103, but it's the Green Berets who are victorious today with a score of 251. Hoods 103. That is the unofficial final. We will await the word. However, comma. At this point, I think it does not matter.
So
I'm going to go ahead and call this one for the Green Berets, but we'll wait for the official.
All right, Green Berets now taking their victory lap, and great job by the Denver team. Hard-fought bout, very fast, very physical. Lots of pivot line starts.
And picking up the win against Rocky Mountain in our interleague play. We're also going to bring out the Red Riding Hoods.
And now the Red Riding Hoods taking their consolation lap. They put up a really strong fight in the game and had some really good moments along the way. The Green Berets were just ready to outmaneuver them tonight.
Very strong today, but good crowd for the Hoods. We thank very much the Rocky Mountain fans for coming out tonight and supporting roller derby. We thank you for tuning in to ColoradoSports.TV, watching this inter-Denver game of Denver Roller Dolls, Green Berets up against Rocky Mountain Roller Girls, Red Riding Hoods. Green Berets victorious, 231 to the Hoods. Sorry, 251 to the Hoods, 104.
Now don't forget, we got another whole game coming up. Two-time champions, the Orange Crushers, going up against the Shotgun Betties here in just a few minutes. If you're close by, hop in your car and come down here for the second game. Watch it live. Otherwise, stick with us on ColoradoSports.TV.
Green Berets and Hoods, bring us your MVPs.
That's pretty amazing.
Wearing the jersey of Mary Mary, quite contrary, number 1.618. The golden ratio, that is that number for all of you big nerds, myself
Big
included.
Nerd. So here in just a couple seconds, minutes, I guess we're going to get into introductions on the track. We still got some warm-ups happening by the Shotgun Betties, some last-minute NSO shuffling, NSO non-skating officials. I'll tell you right now, this is the second bout for Denver Roller Derby of the 2015 season. We just had an awesome game earlier. The Green Berets taking on the Red Riding Hoods from RMRG. The Green Berets taking a decent win there. Coming up next, we got the Shotgun Betties playing the Orange Crushers. And then next month, you can catch Denver Roller Derby. Still getting used to that name change. Their teams will be visiting the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls games on April 11th and 25th. And then on April 18th, right here at the Glitter Dome, the Barrettes will play the Betties. And then right after that, the Bad Apples will host the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls Sugar Kill Gang. Be sure to stay tuned to our Facebook page for details. On Facebook, we're Denver Roller Derby. On Instagram, we're at Denver Roller Derby. And on Twitter, we are also Denver Roller Derby. So check it out. Be sure to like us. Stay tuned for contests and photos and all kind of awesome stuff.
All right, well, thank you, Smash, for letting me finish my delicious grilled cheese sandwich from the Wong Wei food truck out there. Again, if you are out in Colorado nearby, come join us at the Glitter Dome, 3600 Wine Coop, in the heart of Rhino.
What does Rhino stand for? Do you know?
That is River North.
I had no idea.
Oh, there you go.
Well, now I know.
In keeping with the very, very weird tradition of Denver little nodes being named by the first two letters in their area. So, Lower Highlands is Lohi.
Lohi.
Lower Downtown is Lodo.
I was familiar with that one.
So, there we
Get
go.
up here to Rhino.
As long as there's a vowel in it. So, Sloan's Lake and Highlands is Slow High. Whatever. Just go with it. It's like Tribeca and whatever else they do in New York City. New York City.
That makes perfect sense.
All right, so if you are tuning in, Orange Crushers in black, Shotgun Betty's in orange. No, I'm kidding. Orange Crushers in orange, Shotgun Betty's in black.
Thank goodness. That would be really confusing.
And the Orange Crushers, oh my God.
The team's doing a little huddle. We're going to get into intros here very shortly. I imagine I see the head NSO just walking around, getting some last-minute things shuffled around. The referees are starting to get to their places.
All right, like to thank at Caitlin Grady 13. Shout out to Kim and Chloe Karsmashian for being the best junior skaters ever. Once again, at Caitlin Grady 13. Here is your shout out, and I will continue to shout you out. Send Brad_example more tweets, or send them to me at Joe Mama Derby on the Twitters.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's tell you who's skating for the Shotgun Betties. Number 52, Antivirus. Number 206, CC Ripjaw. Number AF1, Charlie Foxtrot. Number 1898, Grace Riot. Number 36, Camilla Bloodspilla. Number 617, Kish of Death. Number 98, Luna Shovegood. Number 18, PB and Bam. Number 27, Pootie Tang. Number 129, Shadowcat. Number 5, Boo Boo Radley. Still love that name so much. The captains for the Shotgun Betties, number 212, Clam. And number 1618, Mary Mary, quite contrary. Coaching the Shotgun Betties is Sancho.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Shotgun.
All right, Shotgun Betties in the black. eschewing their pink and brown for a darker shade of cowgirl, the Shotgun Betties.
And now, two-time defending league.
Here we go. The Orange Crushers, the two-time defending champs. Number 02, Atomic. Number 277, Her Majesty. Number 99, Disco. Sorry, number 24, Her Majesty. Number 20, Midge Mayhem. Number 11, She Be Dangerous. Number 26, Tawana Piece of This. Number 37, Whiz Bang Weasley. Number 754, CYKO. Number 91, Nora P. Nephrin. Number 216, Sonic Death Monkey. Your captains, number 768, Supersonic. And number 222, KY. On the bench, the manager, Hellblazer. Coaches, Seamus O'Shenanigans and Double J.
Number 91, Nora.
Your Orange Crushers. The Crushers!
The Orange Crushers. I think I'm going to use this voice for the rest of the night, Joe.
I will end you.
It was pretty annoying even in my ear.
So once again, follow us on the Instagrams, the Twitters, and on the Facebooks. You can find us at Denver Roller Derby in all of those social media iterations. If you want to give a shout out on the Twitters, you can give one to Brad_example or at Joe Mama Derby for access. Oh my goodness, we have some glitter sparkles. Let's see what happens to the track. I think they got to clean it up.
They will have
That's
to
the best
clean
part.
it up.
Okay, so they made a mess and they're cleaning it up, that's nice of them.
That was the Shotgun Betty shooting off that pink glitter cannon.
So smart. And when I mean smart, I mean not smart.
All right, we got 30 minutes on the...
Have to make sure there's none of that pink stuff in the ref lane there.
Right. Well, it could be interesting if the Shotgun Betties have some difficulty with grip over there, turn one. One of our non-skating officials, Blower, just checking out, making sure that they picked up all the glitter. Cinderella, Cinderella. Clean up turn one.
Looks like up to jam for the Orange Crushers for the first jam is number 20. Hi-yo, Midge Mayhem. She changed her number to 20 because of changes in the number rules, but we're still going to call her Hi-yo.
So it's Camilla Bloodspill jamming for the Betties. She's up against a tough wall of KY, Disco, and Spankin'. Sonic Death Monkey, and she is through. Lead jammer, Betties.
Midge Mayhem, meanwhile, having a little struggle on the inside line, but able to get past Antivirus, but picks up a misconduct, and she goes to the penalty box. It is a power jam for the Shotgun Betties.
I think the misconduct was engaging while all 8 wheels were off the ground. Midge with the jump, and Camilla calls the jam. Looks like, according to her facial expression, she did not know that Midge had gone to the box. Otherwise, she may have continued on. Shotgun Betties 4, Crushers 0, 29 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first period.
That's right. It means that Grace Riot, who's up to jam for the Shotgun Betties, will get almost an entire penalty to establish lead, get some points more for the Shotgun Betties.
It's the greatest day ever.
Here goes Grace Riot. She's through past She Be Dangerous and lead jammer for the Shotgun Betties.
Power jams are great when your offense is playing offense. If they're just kind of hanging back, then no bueno.
It's a little bit more difficult, to actually do anything with a 30-second penalty for sure.
Regarde this situation right now.
That's it. Grace, though, up and through for all 5 in the sky for the Shotgun Betties.
Midge Mayhem now back in the mix up against that wall of Betties. Just as Grace Riot hits Whiz Bang Weasley. Clam knocking out Whiz Bang Weasley, but reset by Norepinephrine is Grace Riot at turn 2.
So Grace Riot going to recycle, come back in. Midge Mayhem at the front side of the pack there is out and makes it past Shadowcat. Now eligible to score, so that means that more than likely we'll see Grace get some points and call off the jam. There she goes, 3 points on the board for the Shotgun Betties. 0-12 with 27:57 remaining on the clock.
Hey, once again, we are at the second Denver Roller Derby games for our 2015. This is our 10th season in Roller Derby. The doubleheader featured the Green Berets up against the Red Riding Hoods. Green Berets were triumphant.
Yay!
But next month, you can catch them with the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls on April 11th and 25th on the 18th here at the Glitter Dome.
Back to the action on the track. We get things rolling as the whistle blows. That is Her Majesty and
PB and Bam.
And Her Majesty out and lead jammer for the Orange Crushers. I saw some orange towels being swung around in the air. Does that happen?
Terrible towels.
PB and Bam, meanwhile, taking a recycle and again gets to the front of the pack, takes another hit to the infield, recycles. Her Majesty back around for a scoring pass is also recycled.
Nice job there by Charlie Foxtrot.
And now there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but there's a lot of ref rear in the way.
Her Majesty almost through antivirus to beat.
And she's got it.
5 points for the Betties. Looks like PB and Bam head into the box.
That was a back block call, yeah. So Her Majesty with a power jam now for the Orange Crushers. Possibly an opportunity to change things up here on the scoreboard. Her Majesty up against Mary Mary Quite Contrary is out and around for 5 more points for the Orange Crushers.
Good offense there by Disco. Crushers now only down by 2. Disco again playing offense as Her Majesty has 3 to beat up front.
And there she goes. Kind of took them all to the inside with a block and then was able to get around them on the outside. 5 points. She's going to call off the jam. And she does it holding PB and Bam in the penalty box, which means we'll start with a power start for the Orange Crushers.
That is correct. Hey, if you're tuning in, thank you to ColoradoSports.TV for bringing you this broadcast. Check us out, DenverRollerDerby.org, our new website with our new name, new logo, new sensation.
Woo-wee! And coming soon, new merch.
Ooh, new merch.
New merch. I love new merch.
All the new shirts. So many Derby shirts in my repertoire. Looks like that's CYKO for the Orange Crushers. PB and Bam back in the mix. Whizbang Weasley doing a great job of holding PB and Bam by herself, but joined up there up front by Sheepy Dangerous and Norepinephrine.
Now, KO really fighting on that wall of Betty's, but unable to really get any headway there, stuck at the back of the pack.
Good defense there by Kish of Death and Clam. And through, picking up lead jammer, took about 40 seconds. PB and Bam for the Betties. Great defense by the Betties.
KO has the helmet cover off, maybe planning to pass to Nora or maybe just trying for that fake out.
Oh, the fake out. Love the fake out. Love that we're having scores back and forth. And Nora is past the star. 5 points there for PB and Bam. So she picked up all the points, and we'll see if she calls off the jam. Norepinephrine now playing a little bit of jammer on jammer defense.
And Nora's good at that jammer on jammer defense. Normally a blocker, a very heavy hitter blocker. She's going to be able to hold up PB and Bam. She's going to let the clock run down, it looks like.
PB and Bam calls off the jam, cannot get around Norepinephrine. So Shotgun Betties regain the lead, 17 to the Crushers, 15, 24 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first period of play. Yay, Dad. So that was over the loudspeaker. Kish of Death, her dad's birthday today. He's here in attendance, loving it.
Happy birthday, Kish Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Kish of Dad.
Kish of Dad. Once again, if you have a question or shout out, tweet at Brad_example or at Joe Mama Derby. Camilla Blesspilla quickly out. Lead jammer, Shotgun Betties.
Midge Mayhem still stuck at the pack. Moves to the outside line, able to break free of the pack herself. Crushers trying to speed up that pack, but Sonic got cut at the back there. And
oh, nice defense there by Boo Boo Radley. 1 point assessed to the Crushers. 3 points to the Betties. Some of the fans upset with that extra point. Just one fan in particular. He's in front of me, so I can hear him. But he's awesome. Good crowd tonight at the Glitter Dome. You should come out and join us, those of you on the feed.
Yeah, you absolutely should. You got your chance next month on the 18th right here at the Glitter Dome. The Barrettes will play the Betties, and the Bad Apples will be hosting the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls Sugar Kill Gang. Back into the action already happening on the track. We've got Her Majesty jamming for the Orange Crushers, taking on Grace Riot for the Shotgun Betties. Both jammers kind of trapped in their respective walls of opposing players. Neither really getting any headway, and we're already into our second lap around the track.
All right, picking up lead is Grace Riot for the Betties.
Her Majesty's down and back up, and looks like she's picking up a low block penalty. That means she's going to the penalty box, and it's a power jam for the Shotgun Betties. Now the Crusher's going to really turn on the defense here, look to kill that penalty. Whiz Bang Weasley, the last to beat for Grace Riot, delivers a couple of good hits, but unable to take Grace out. Grace is through for 5 in the sky for the Shotgun Betties.
Betties now 25, Crushers 16. Her Majesty's still in the box, and she's standing up now. 10 seconds left in the box. Good defense there up front by Whiz Bang Weasley. Nice little use of the forearm check, and Grace Riot has to come back inside right at turn 1. Recycles all the way to the back, turn 4.
Her Majesty coming back in from the penalty box. The Shotgun Betties lineup getting ready for her. She comes up on the wall and unfortunately runs into her own blockers and ends up getting swallowed back into the pack as Grace Riot makes her way through for 5.
Luna Shovga doing a great job there, and Her Majesty pushing her out. Grace Riot picking up another 5 points.
Her Majesty still struggling in the pack as Grace Riot comes around for another scoring pass there. She's all the way through now. Her Majesty breaks free just in front of Grace Riot. Grace picks up 4. She's going to go ahead and looks like burn off some clock.
Yeah, we got 4 seconds left. Why bother calling it? Well, she called it with 1 second left. And no more points on the last pass. Betty's with a great statement right there. 34, Crushers 16, 20 minutes and 39 seconds left in the first period.
I got to tell you about all those awesome derby photos you see. They come from Salvador Photography. If you need someone to capture your special moments, Salvador Photography and Video is our official photographer for the Denver Roller Derby, specializing in weddings, family events, sports photography. Salvador Photography and Video will help you remember your big or small events for years to come. Be sure to talk to Phil if you're here in the venue, or visit them online at salvadorphotos.com.
All right, CKYO jamming for the Crushers up against PB and Bam for the Betties. PB and Bam stuck at the back there behind Sonic Death, Norepinephrine, and Disco. And through lead jammer KO for the Crushers.
PB and Bam not making a whole lot of headway, but is able to step her toes along the inside line around Norepinephrine and work to the front of the pack, but they catch back up to her and just hold her in there.
Nora doing a great job up front, and PB and Bam is through as KO hits the pack and calls off the jam. 1 point there for KO, a hard fall, 1 point. Shotgun Betties 34, Crushers 17. Doubling up on the Crushers. Once again, you may have noticed the jammer start lines and the pivot line are adjacent to the crowd. This is so the crowd can see the jostling, the footwork, the positioning that our skaters take at the lines, whether it be on the pivot line or the jam line, and the initial first hit by the jammer. Some of the best roller derby action happens in that first few seconds of roller derby. And why deprive our fans of that pleasure?
I'm right there with you. So we got Camilla Blood Spilla jamming for the Shotgun Betties, taking some hits at the front of the pack, but she's able to clear it. Lead jammer. Now jamming on the other side, it's Supersonic, number 768 for the Crushers. Been recycled a couple times already, and Shadowcat does not want to give her any leeway there.
Nice work there by
Camilla already with 5 coming around for another scoring pass as Supersonic still struggling in the pack there, but it's going to be a forearm call on Shadowcat there.
Supersonic has taken off the jammer cap, maybe with the intention of passing it. We will see. Kish of Death, though, working her as Supersonic is out of the pack, eligible to score. Camilla Bloodspilla sauntering along, tying her skate, making sure she's safe.
A little bit of a malfunction of her equipment there.
But you got to admit, if you can take a moment to tie your skates on the track, you're doing okay.
You're doing all right, yeah.
You're not stressed.
17:44. Shotgun Betties are doing all right.
You're not going to do that in the pack. You'll do that out of the pack. And you'll do that when you have multiple passes with no issue.
I don't know. I think it might have been more impressive if she had done it in the pack while being hit by
That was
blockers.
so dangerous. That's how I look when I'm in the pack anyway. It's all bent over in poor position.
That's pretty much me too.
Midge Mayhem quickly through for the Crushers.
Hi-yo. And for the Shotgun Betties, I can't tell you who it is. There it is, Grace Riot. She was just hitting real well in the pack there. On the outside line, she's out and free as Midge Mayhem already around for a scoring pass and penetrating right through the middle. Another 4 points on the board for the Orange Crushers.
Midge Mayhem looking to not call the jam off and trying to get maybe Grace to get pulled on a penalty. And Midge quickly through, calls the jam. 4 points there. Just 1 point for Grace Riot, so a good call there. Positive
that was
differential.
Decent strategy, absolutely.
You say decent strategy?
Decent strategy. Decent strategy.
That was okay. That was decent. You sound like Eeyore calling roller derby. I guess it's a roller derby and it's decent.
Ho hum. Anybody follow my tale?
Shotgun Betties 45, Crushers 25, 16 minutes 30 seconds. We've got PB and Bam jamming for the Betties up against KO for the Crushers. Look, Crushers. PB and Bam now hitting that wall and has KY to beat and Atomic to beat. Just KY now. Ooh, a little jostling up front. And through lead jammer, PB and Bam.
KO at the back of the back there was taken out by Antivirus and then recycled, takes off her helmet cover as soon as lead is given, and then takes out the back side of the pack there, apparently.
Just everyone down, fall down, go boom. PB and Bam. Looks like that was Atomic up front, and she has to recycle back. 5 points on that pass for PB and Bam.
Meanwhile, the helmet cover for the Orange Crushers has been passed to Her Majesty, who got knocked to the outfield and is now fighting her way back through on an initial pass.
And picking up a track cut penalty, PB and Bam knocked to the inside.
That means this jam's going to go for another 58 seconds. No lead jammer.
And Whiz Bang Weasley, Asio penalty box. To the box with you. What? Harry Potter. Give it up.
Asio penalty box. I like that spell. Actually, we don't like that spell. Her Majesty having to struggle at the front of the pack there against the Antivirus and Shadowcat. We're able to knock her out and then drag her back a little bit. Now we've got Kish in that 3-wall, adding her blockerness to the track
nice
there.
Move. Her Majesty throwing the inside. Oh, yeah. That move is accomplished by rotating the joystick in a clockwise direction while hitting B and A at the same time.
I thought it was B-A, left, right, up,
You
down.
get extra lives for that.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
PB and Bam, just with Atomic and KO to beat up front.
I got to mention, that was a very, very good penalty kill by the Shotgun Betties. As soon as Her Majesty broke, PB and Bam was out of the penalty box and back on the track.
2 points on that pass for the Crushers. Shotgun Betties still at 50, Crushers at 29. Or 27, sorry. 14-17 left in this first period of roller derby.
4 points collected by the Betties.
And they just gave us 4 more points for the Betties on that pass. So actually, it looks like we're now at 54-27.
For the 4 billionth time in my life, I stand corrected.
Well, that wasn't your fault. It was a late points give by the ref, I think. So
For the 4 billionth time in my life, I read something wrong.
you read something. Well, it was right when you read it. That was like, oh my gosh, the whole pack decided to take a nap, but then they were right back up, and Midge Mayhem gets out lead jammer. Not far behind her is going to be Camilla Bloodspilla, like 20 feet separating them, and the speed is turned on everywhere.
I like sleepings.
That was such a good nap. It was so refreshing for them, they were able to get up and sprint the rest of the jam. 3-1 on the jam. Midge Mayhem getting in there, calling it off just ever so slightly too late. Camilla Bloodspilla able to get that 1 more point.
Jamming for the Shotgun Betties is going to be number 1898, Grace Riot.
All right, looks like Double J out there to make sure someone has a pivot cap on for the Orange Crushers.
So we've got Grace Riot jamming for the Shotgun Betties, and she'll be taking on Supersonic for the Orange Crushers. Again, we see that really hefty defense right off the line, and neither jammer getting any leeway. Grace Raya went for the inside line, but Whiz-Bang Weasley with a nice hip check takes her out.
Wow, kiss of death with a nice force out of Supersonic. As Grace Riot now stuck behind that wall of Nora Epinephrine and Atomic Fire. Supersonic now takes the cap off, looking for a helmet pass. And spin to win. Nice work, but taken down by Shadowcat.
Shadowcat always shows great awareness of where people are on the track out there. Just able to swoop in at that last second and stop things from happening. Grace Riot now fighting up against Nora Epinephrine at the front of the pack there. Is got her helmet cover off, so she is not lead jammer. So, and Supersonic, unfortunately, picking up a back block means we've got no lead jammer. We're going to go for the rest of this jam. No pack called. Grace Riot almost able to get out there. High block on an orange crusher blocker. It was KY. Puts them down a blocker. Grace taking to the infield. Going to have to reset herself.
Grace Riot now up against Atomic. One to beat. And Atomic is out of play. 5 more points for the Shotgun Betties, taking their score to 60. Good helmet pass now as Whiz-Bang Weasley took the star, but to no avail. 2 points there for the Betties, taking their score to 62, Crushers 30.
30, just under 11 minutes to go in the first period.
Don't forget, if you're in the area, you can still join us for the after party. It's going to be in the newly upgraded track's main room in advance of its 35th anniversary celebration. A full upgrade of its main dance hall, no cover, and 2-for-1 cocktails before 10. Doors at 9.
Quickly through was Midge Mayhem for lead, and now 5 points for the Crushers. Luna Shovegood trying to get out of the pack, looking for a star pass to Antivirus, the pivot for the Betties. As Midge Mayhem comes around the outside, put another 5 points on the board for the Crushers.
Luna Shovegood still with the helmet cover in her hand, fighting against that wall. Not able to, I don't know, either not able to get it to Antivirus or not looking to hand it off at the moment. Midge Mayhem, meanwhile, back through for another 5 on the board for the Orange Crushers.
If you can see there, Disco doing a great job skating backwards to prevent Antivirus from being part of the star pass. And Midge through on the inside. Pass, no penalty. Only 4 points on that pass for Midge Mayhem. Luna Shovegood, nice work there on the outside. She is through for the Betties. We'll stop the bleeding a little bit.
Midge Mayhem back in again with some beautiful footwork and jumping on the track, looking to clear another 4 points before she shuts down the jam, and she does. Another 4 points on the board for the Crushers. That's going to bring us a lot closer there, Joe.
All right, Shotgun Betties 62, Crushers 53. Timeout, and a well-used timeout here by the Shotgun Betties. 8 minutes and 59 seconds left in this first period. Wow, this is good. I'm having a good time. This is fun.
I agree. And there goes the Shotgun Betties bull mascot, jazzing up the crowd, doing a little dance for them. Looking to seek some energy for the Shotgun Betties to maintain their lead and keep this going strong.
The Shotgun Betties would like to invite everyone to participate in their post-bout celebration.
All right, a little shout out here. We have 2 sports athletes. One athlete from the NYCFC Major League Soccer. That is the brother of Nora Epinephrine, Kwame Watson-Siriboe. And he is here in the house. They played the Rapids today. I do not know what that score was, but athletes in a family always hanging out together. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I know Nora is happy her brother's in town too.
That's cool. Always cool to see family.
Yeah, it is.
No cover and 2-for-1 cocktails before.
Once again, DJ Dez bringing the tunes straight out of
Ad-lib.
Springs.
Ad-lib
Funky
it will.
DJ named Dez. I don't have any more ad-libbing.
Okay, jamming for the shotgun Betties is going to be number 36, Camilla Bloodsport.
All right, Camilla Budspilla on the line for the Betties against KO, number 754 for the Crushers.
That was KO, not KY.
KO, yes. CKYO.
And there they go. Camilla Bloodspilla off the line, out of the pack. That was fast. Lead jammer to the shotgun Betties.
Camilla's been the most effective blocker or jammer thus far for the Betties, and definitely for the Crushers. It's been Midge Mayhem.
Now KO already removed the helmet cover, looking to pass it to Whizbang Weasley, who is ready to accept it, but then KO gets ahead of everybody, but finds Shadowcat waiting for it at the front of the pack there, and gets hung up and knocked to the infield. Camilla Bloodspilla, meanwhile, coming back in for another scoring pass, is taken out by Whizbang Weasley and recycled back.
Nice work by Whizbang Weasley. And clearing the wall there is KY, but Camilla Bloodspilla is out, and that is another 5 points on the board for the Shotgun Betties.
Shotgun Betty's looking to bring back that lead. Camilla Bloodspilla quickly around the track and back in for another scoring pass.
Oh, and a track cut penalty by Camilla Bloodspilla.
That means Whizbang Weasley, who has now got the helmet cover in her hand, has an opportunity to get out now and start making some points for the Orange Crushers, but she is kind of stuck at the front of the pack there, Joe.
She is good bridging there by Clam and Boo Boo Radley. Good wall up front there by Kisha Death and Shadowcat, and they have to let her go. She is through. 29 seconds left in the jam. Whizbang Weasley can put some points on the board for the Crushers.
Whizbang Weasley all the way around gets a little bit of help from KO for offense there. Looking to put points on the board. Camilla Bloodspilla now out of the box and coming in for score for herself. Whizbang Weasley taken out by, I think that was Boo Boo Radley that took her out. Now Kish recycling her back as Camilla Bloodspilla makes it look easy. Puts another 5 on the board for the Shotgun Betties.
All right, that's the jam. Looks like total score now. Shotgun Betties 77, Crushers 53, 6 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first period of this game.
Tough fought game. The Crushers creep up, and then the and then the Shotgun Betties creep back away, making it a 20-point game right now.
For the shotgun Betties is 1898, Grace Riot. Taking the star for the Orange Crushers is number 24, Her Majesty.
Her Majesty jamming for the Crushers up against for the Betties, Grace Riot. And on the tunes, Jack White.
Her Majesty up and through the front wall there, and Charlie Foxtrot off to the penalty box for the Shotgun Betties. Lead jammer goes to the Orange Crushers, and Grace Riot gets recycled. Disco doing a good job managing her at the back of the pack there. Her Majesty in and around Antivirus for all 5 points. Antivirus picks up a forearm call. That's 2 blockers down for the Shotgun Betties.
Forearm to Nora. She'll head for 30 seconds.
Nora P. Nefrin off for a forearm as well. Puts the Crushers down a blocker. 5 more points on the board.
Yeah, Grace Riot doing a nice job of dodging, but gets hung up there by Sonic Death Monkey. And picks up a track cut as Disco was in front when Sonic Death Monkey knocked her down and ran to the back.
Disco's really good about running back on those potential track cut calls.
If you're a jammer, that is the worst. Recycled and recycled and recycled. Antivirus back in the mix. Norepinephrine back in the mix. Her Majesty putting another couple of points on the board. 5 more points there for the Crushers. We have a tie game. Better make a bet now. It's 77-77 with 5 minutes left in the first period and 33 seconds left in the jam.
Grace Riot returning from the penalty box. The Crushers line up and get ready for it. Kind of stretch out the pack there. Her Majesty looking to break through the wall. Gets recycled as Charlie Foxtrot takes her into the infield.
All the way back to the back of turn 4. Grace Riot, though, hung up by KY, Norepinephrine, and Disco.
Mary, quite contrary, PB and Bam, and Antivirus just laying it into Her Majesty. Antivirus going to pick up a penalty.
jam. but
5 more points go on the board for the Orange Crushers on that last pass.
They are in the lead. Crushers 82, Shotgun Betty's 77.
Crushers take over the lead for the
Hoorah.
first time in the game at 4 minutes of 12 seconds remaining.
4 minutes left here in the first half.
Her Majesty, yeah, 25 points so far in the game.
617 Kish of Death for the Shotgun Betties against number 20 Mitch Mayhem for the Orange Crushers.
Kish of Death taking on Midge Mayhem as we get back into the action on the track. Lots of jostling there as the Jammers look to find a way through that pack. Midge Mayhem just Shadowcat to beat at the front there, but Shadowcat, nice hit, takes her down, but she's able to come right back up because she did not get off the track.
But
No pass, no penalty.
She is not, yeah, no pass, no penalty. And Kish of lead assessed lead jammer, so she calls off the jam wisely, picking up lead over Midge. That is no small task. So 0-0 jam. Score will remain Orange Crushers 82, Shotgun Betty's 77, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Timeout called by the Crushers.
There goes our dancing bull pal again.
I love it. We'll see what that feels like in July.
I'm gonna vote not to be in it in July.
Oh, that's going to be your penance. That'll be my penance for poor ad-libbing.
Or ad-libbing.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to ColoradoSports.TV. Their crew bringing you roller derby action on a wonderful Saturday evening here in the great state of Colorado.
I want to tell you real quick about the Mile High Club's boot camp. The Mile High Club will be holding a boot camp April 18th and 19th right here at the Glitter Dome. You can learn new skills, perfect old ones, and skate with some of Denver Roller Derby's finest. It's $50 for one day, $90 for both Saturday and Sunday. Register before April 1st, and you'll get a free ticket to the April 18th bout right here at the Glitter Dome.
We're just about ready to start this next jam.
I could see that it is KO jamming for the Orange Crushers. And Camilla Blood Spilla for the Shotgun Betty. She's around the outside. Lead jammer goes to the Shotgun Betties.
KO does a great job of dodging PB and Bam at the front of the pack. Camilla, though, has an advantage as the Crushers have gone to the rear of the pack. So Camilla calls a jam off, picked up 2 points there.
I love how vigorously she called off the jam there.
You never know what the refs can see or cannot see, especially if you're on the far side of the track away from your jam ref. So vigorous is good.
I agree 100%. It was just great watching that intensity of calling off the jam.
Grace Ryan now jamming for the Shotgun Betties. Against number 20, Midge Mayhem.
Only 3 points separating these two teams. The Betties really wanted to make that comeback and retake that lead before the half. Midge Mayhem up front against Shadowcat. Now Luna Shovegood joins her. Midge Mayhem, nice spin around Shadowcat, but then Kish of Death taking her out.
Oh, that was nice teamwork there by Kish and Shadowcat. And Luna Shovegood in the mix. And lead jammer, Grace Riot for the Shotgun Betties. Midge now with 2 to beat up front, now joined by her entire crew. Disco looking to play some offense there on Kish, hoping to free Midge Mayhem.
Midge Mayhem almost out. There she goes. She is free and eligible to score. Grace Riot now back in for a scoring pass. Is looking to put points on the board for the Shotgun Betties. If she can pick up 3 and hold the Crushers to 0, we'll have a tie game. If she can pick up 4, we'll have a lead change again. Let's see what it is. 3 points for the Shotgun Betties means 82-82. It's a tie game again.
Oscar Mike Golf. Tie game, 82 all, 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first period.
I'm going to translate for all of those non-military people. That was, oh my gosh. Oscar Mike Golf.
I know there are Orange Crushers fans in the house. Bring that towel, sir.
Oh, a little shout out to the crowds here. And jamming for the Betties, that is PB and Bam. Jamming for the Crushers, that is Her Majesty.
PB and Bam way up at the front there, looking to drive that wall out of play, but Tawanda piece of this is going to go ahead and play some stretching by bridging the pack there. And that's great because Sonic Death Monkey able to take out PB and Bam, and she'll start back at the back.
Great strategy there by the Crushers, and picking up lead jammer Her Majesty for the Crushers. PB and Bam, a couple to beat up front, and that's Norapine Efren and Sonic Death Monkey. That's no joke.
Both of them have demonstrated over the last number of jams that they are a pretty tough wall together. And there it goes, PB and Bam out.
Her Majesty, 2 to beat up front, well, 3 to beat out. That's Clam, Mary, and Antivirus. Calls the jam off. 3 more points there for Her Majesty. So we have a lead change, 3 points. 85, Crushers, Shotgun Blaze 82. We are at halftime right now. Crushers were down quite a bit, and
3-point lead at halftime for the Crushers as we go. We've got tough play out there. I mean, this has been some pretty amazing gameplay. Nice back and forth between the two.
all right, some statistics for you here. Lead scorer for the Shotgun Betties is Camilla Bloodspilla with 15. Not far behind with 14 points is Grace Riot. And the next highest scoring skater would be...
You need a place to host your next event. Check out Expo Event Center located in the heart of Rhino.
I'm sorry, these stats are wrong. Do not listen to me. I am just going to talk about nothing else.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take a break
That's
for
right,
a few
we
minutes? We're going to be back in about 9 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on ColoradoSports.TV. We'll see you here shortly.
Thanks. All right, we are back. Thank you again for tuning in. ColoradoSports.TV bringing you the second game of roller derby action here. Shotgun Betties versus the Orange Crushers. Crushers in the lead, 85-82. Good derby thus far this evening, right, Smash?
It has been. Shotgun Betties with the lead for most of that first half, and then Crushers coming back right there like in the last 4 minutes, tying up the game, then taking the lead, then the Shotgun Betties tying it up again, and the Orange Crushers ultimately coming out just 3 points ahead. That speaks to some awesome play during that first half. And now here goes the second half.
We got Camilla Bloodspilla for the Betties up against Midge Mayhem for the Crushers. Very, very tough wall merging as one to beat for Camilla Bloodspilla, and that is her Mile High Club teammate, Disco. Midge Mayhem now through right as Camilla escaped the clutches of Disco, now about 20 feet behind Midge and closing.
Midge Mayhem, though, going looking for points, but the Crushers are at the back. She's trying to signal them to get up front so she can put points. She keeps an eye on Camilla. She's going to call off the jam, 0-0 on the jam.
That was just skating fast in a circle. That's all that was, and staying on your feet.
Skating fast in a circle.
Well, an ellipse.
And lips?
Ellipse.
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 Not and lips.
No.
I thought you said and lips. I'm like,
Yes,
I don't.
that doesn't make
I'm
any
not
sense.
sure I understand what that means, Joe.
So score is still 85 Orange Crushers, Shotgun Betties 82. 28 minutes and 55 seconds left in this game.
Grace Riot with the star for the Shotgun Betties. And Her Majesty with the star for the Orange Crushers. Grace Riot along the outside line is lead jammer for the Shotgun Betties.
Lead scorer in the last so thus far for the Betties was Camilla Bloodspilla with 35, and for the Crushers, that is Her Majesty with 45.
Her Majesty really working hard at the front of the pack there, finally breaks free, and out Grace Riot already in for a scoring pass, looking to get all four on the board. There they are, 4 on the board for the Shotgun Betties. That means we got a lead change, and the jam comes to an end.
Calls it off, and the Betties take the lead by a
All right, we have a lead change. Betties 86, Crushers 85. 28 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game.
1 point game.
That's what I love about these home.
This ain't no joke. Everyone's doing great. It's so fun to watch when it's close like this.
I keep watching the dancing bull. I can't help myself.
You can't help it. Don't believe me, just watch. All right, Luna Shovegood, jam for the Betties, up against CYKO for the Crushers. Great edge work there by Luna Shovegood, and just working with Sonic Death Monkey and She Be Dangerous, pushing them out of play. And she is through. Lead jammer, Luna Shovegood.
Back at the back there, KO really having some trouble getting through that tough wall the Shotgun Betties have put up against her. That's Clam, Kish of Death, and Shadowcat currently just dragging her around the backside of the pack there and shoving her out.
And Kish takes the penalty there, but almost it's worth it, keeping that jammer in the pack. You're in the box for 30 seconds.
Back moving into turn 4.
Luna Shovegood still not out on this first scoring pass. Disco and She Be Dangerous, as well as Sonic Death Monkey doing a great job of holding her.
Again,
A little bit of offense there by Shadowcat, now 2 to beat up front. Luna Shovegood so good at her edges, but also dealing with Disco, who's equally good on her edges, or if not better.
I got to tell you, KY has the helmet cover off. She dropped it on the floor. Clam and Boo Boo Radley just sitting over it, not wanting her to take it, but she was able to recover it, not make much headway, though.
Luna Shovegood calls it off. 5 points on the board. Shotgun Betties increase their lead to 91. Crushers 85. 26 minutes and 17 seconds left in this game.
Craziness. Dancing Bull.
All right, Midge Mayhem jamming for the Crushers.
And PB and Bam for the Shotgun Betties. Oh, wee, oh. The penalty box is empty. PB and Bam along the inside line runs into Whiz Bang Weasley just before breaking the front of the pack, but then she's able to recover and make her way through. Lead jammer, PB and Bam.
Midge Mayhem, though, right on her heels, and pack is split up as some of the Shotgun Betties and the Crushers are jostling for position. In this instance, you want to be up in front as PB and Bam calls the jam wisely. Midge Mayhem had taken lead in front of her. 0-0 jam. Score still stands. Betties 91, Crushers 85.
We need to get some glow sticks for the Dancing Bull, and then we can call it the Raving Bull. Yeah, that was bad. Bad.
No, it wasn't as bad as my ad-libbing. That's fine. On the pivot line for the first time this evening between
this game, anyway.
The Betties and the Crushers.
Her Majesty versus Camilla Bloodspilla as we get into it. Camilla Bloodspilla just, wow. I mean, 1 second she's at the back of the pack. The next second she's in front of it and lead jammer.
And Her Majesty now with 1 to beat. That's Clam, and she is through. Camilla now making a move as the Betties are trying to play some offense, and Camilla with a nice jump with 1 to beat up front, and she is through, picking up all the points. 4 points on the board for the Betties, and calls the jam.
Betties increase their lead, 85-95. It's a 10-point game with 24-26 remaining on the clock.
We are having fun here tonight on a beautiful March 21st in Denver, Colorado. Thank you for tuning in. ColoradoSports.TV. You are hearing the dulcet tones of Bangers and Smash and Joe Mama.
I bet you can't tell who's who, though.
Hey. Your voice sounds more beardy than mine.
More beardy.
That's not a word.
I know.
Whatever.
I'm okay with it. Grace Riot jamming for the Shotgun Betties quickly to the front side of the pack. Just she be dangerous to go. And there she goes. Lead jammer to the Shotgun Betties. KY, meanwhile, trying to pass the helmet cover to Nora.
My goodness.
Successfully does Nora P. Nefrin off and running, looking to shut down the bleeding. Grace Riot through, picks up 4 points. Gonna burn a little bit of clock maybe, or maybe she doesn't know that Nora has the helmet cover.
Oh, Nora didn't realize she dropped it.
Nora didn't realize she dropped it on the track.
So Grace is gonna keep going as Nora, she didn't pick it up. She does not have it on. So Kish is kind of standing on top of it, waiting for Nora.
And she can't touch it or stand on it or anything, but she can certainly block. Grace Riot, meanwhile, just going to keep racking up points. Why not? It's the thing to do. Nora putting that helmet cover on. It's kind of precariously there. It stands a chance of coming back off again, and the Shotgun Betties turn on the defense. Another 5 points for the Shotgun Betties.
Very smart play by the Betties to understand that the cap was on the ground to continue the jam. Kish now sent to the box for the Betties as Nora is out and picked up 4 points there.
Grace Riot in for another scoring pass. She's going to go ahead and call off the jam after picking up another 4 points. That was a 22-point jam for Grace Riot, only matched 4 points from the Orange Crushers.
Yeah, very smart play. I believe Shadowcat from the Betties bench saw what had transpired and did the little Arsenio wave, if you remember that, from the 80s and 90s. Hey, continue skating as the cap is on the ground. So jamming now for the Crushers, that is Midge Mayhem. For the Betties, that probably is Camilla Bloodspilla, because we've seen that matchup several times already. It is not. It is
actually
Bam. PB and Bam.
And Midge Mayhem finds the front side of the pack. She is lead jammer, and Bam not too far behind her, about 30, 40 feet between the two. Midge Mayhem gonna look to be getting some points here for the Crushers.
Good offense there by Shadowcat to free PB and Bam. Now Midge into the back of Clam and Shadowcat. Pack is screaming. Few points picked up there by the Crushers. 2 more points.
Good timing for Midge Mayhem there. I mean, you saw Bam coming into the pack and racing to catch some Crushers, but the jam came to an end just before she got any points.
Score stands. Shotgun Betties 113, Crushers 91. 21 minutes left in this game.
Number 1898, Grace Riot for the Shotgun Betties. Number 24, Her Majesty for the Orange.
All right, Her Majesty for the Crushers. I think it's Grace Riot for the Betties. Good wall up front by the Crushers, and Grace Riot through lead jammer.
Her Majesty, meanwhile, stuck in the back of the pack there, not finding a whole lot of love from the Shotgun Betties. Antivirus knocks her to the outfield and recycles her as Grace is already around for a scoring pass.
Good defense by the Betties as Her Majesty goes down on a big hit by Antivirus. Grace Riot through 5 more points for the Betties.
Grace Riot, looking to be top scorer for this half, is already around again, looking for more points for the Shotgun Betties. A wide hole opens up. She's able to get through. She does pick up all 5 as Her Majesty was out of the pack, but not out of that 20-foot engagement zone.
Supersonic for the Crushers and Antivirus for the Betties head to the box. As the jam is called, no points on that last pass. Shotgun Betties 123, opening up their lead a little bit. Crushers 91, 19 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game.
123-91, 19 minutes and 41 seconds.
Camilla Bloodspella with the star for the Shotgun Betties, going to take on CMYKO for the Orange Crushers.
We got some old school towels in the house. I see some orange shirts, but I'm wondering if there are still Shotgun Betties fans in the house.
1 blocker apiece in the box for each team. 3-on-3 in the pack. Camilla Bloodspilla looking for some daylight here. Stuck behind Sonic Death Monkey as KO hits Kish, and she is almost through, but Shadowcat preventing her from getting out. Lead jammer, Camilla Bloodspilla.
CMYKO once again finds that front of the pack, and it's Shadowcat and gets hung up, and now just Clam to beat. And there she goes. KO is out. Camilla Bloodspilla through for a scoring pass. That's going to be all 5 on that pass.
Pack very spread out now as Camilla calls the jam. No more points on that last pass, but score stands. Shotgun Betties 128, Crushers 91, 18 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game.
Intensity is so intense.
No, this is good. I think let's talk about what the Crushers need to do to get back in the swing of things here.
Hold that jammer. I mean, really, the defense is good, but it doesn't seem to be turned on during that initial impact, and the Betties are just able to take advantage of that.
I agree. Also, I think that they could benefit from mixing up their lineups a little bit. It looks like one lineup might be stacked with some higher level skaters, and then the other not so much. But it really depends on how you gel as a unit. Midge Mayhem lead for the Crushers. PB and Bam right on her heels. Pack now speeding up. Shotgun Betties have the front. Crushers in the back. We'll look for a quick hit and quit by Midge Mayhem. She'll pass her pack, but then she's got to make sure that PB and Bam doesn't score, and so she had to call the jam off. So once again, Betty's doing a smart job of staying in front to have Midge Mayhem call the jam off.
And that's what we've seen when the Crushers are able to get out and put get their jammer lead. Unfortunately, the Betty's jammer tends to come out right behind them, and so the Crushers end up having to shut down the jam.
That is correct. And when you hear that, when you hear me say that is correct, you can please channel Chris Farley from Billy Madison. That is correct.
So we're in a timeout. Whistleblower wanted us to make fun of him when he was doing a timeout dance.
He's not doing a dance.
He's not really doing a dance. We're going to call it the very slow-moving arm dance.
He's rocking some great shoes, though. I'm digging those.
Those are pretty awesome shoes.
It looks like he is a Shotgun Betties fan, but he's an impartial referee and will have no one else telling him different.
Head NSO Whistleblower out there doing the timeout dance. Look, he's looking at us because he sees us looking at him.
He always thinks we're looking at him.
He always thinks we're looking at him. This time we are actually making fun of you.
Her Majesty for the Crushers jamming. She's had a lot of success, but mostly in the first period. She's been stymied quite a bit this half. Up against Grace Riot for the Betties.
And she's had a lot of success this
correct
half.
Sort of a tale of two halves.
A tale of two halves.
It was the worst of times. It was the Dickens. No one wants to read you.
No.
Her Majesty picking up a back block penalty, so struggle continues for Her Majesty as Grace Riot now looking for some offense.
And this is really not what the Crushers want right now, so they're going to be looking to do a penalty kill, but Grace Riot able to take the outside line, and Lead Jammer goes to the Shotgun Betties.
Does anyone ever want that?
A penalty kill? Everybody wants a penalty kill.
No. You know, when your jammer goes to the box.
Oh, yeah, nobody wants your jammer to go to the box.
Track cut now for Sonic Death Monkey. She'll head to the box.
Another not so great thing for the Crushers here. They're already lagging behind, and they don't want to continue to not have people on the track helping out. And there goes Grace Riot past Whiz Bang Weasley for another 5 points on the board for the Shotgun Betties.
Her Majesty back in the mix, and now picking up a multiplayer block is Clam heading to the boxes. Her Majesty escapes the pack, eligible to score points for the Crushers.
Grace Riot back in, looking to put a few more points on the board, and she's watching, and she sees she's calling off the jam. Picks up 5 more on that last pass. 138.91 with 16.06 on the board. It's
not out of anyone's range here.
Not at all.
The Crushers have come back. They came back from a pretty sizable deficit earlier.
They did. They just really need to refocus their efforts on keeping that jammer in the pack and getting theirs out.
Honestly, I think if they could just get some offense and get their jammer out, then they could do some work here. Midge Mayhem now to make that attempt for the Crushers, and jamming for the Betties is Camilla Buzzbill.
Both of these jammers have really awesome footwork in the pack, so they're able to really juke well against the other players. And it's Camilla Bloodspilla who clears the pack first. Not terribly far behind her is Midge Mayhem, but Camilla's got plenty of room to go in for some points.
Pack now speeding up. Now the Crushers trying to take some of the Betties. Oh, Camilla takes a hit and calls the jam in midair. Went for the apex jump. 1 point there for the Crushers, though. 2 points for the Betties. That was a good clip. I think it was Disco that clipped Camilla's hip there, for causing her to go down right around turn 1, forcing her to call a jam. Well, no one really forced her. She did it of her own recognizance. No forcing.
No forcing. PB and Bam with the star for the Shotgun Betties this time.
Looks like it's KO for the Crushers.
And PB and Bam kind of right through the middle, and then gets hung up a little bit by Whiz Bang Weezy, but Lead Jam goes to the Shotgun Betties.
KO skirting through on the inside. Nice toe stop work and running. Able to get out as PB and Bam hits that pack. It's knocked way down by KY. Big hit by KY. 1 point there. KY, formidable blocker for the Crushers.
Yes, and she's shown that tonight.
There's some skaters you would define as the consummate of their team. I think KY would be the consummate Crusher. She's a gigantic Broncos fan, so that kind of helps her wardrobe.
Always has orange and blue on hand.
Yep.
Alrighty, we got Grace Riot taking on Her Majesty as the jam gets underway this time.
Seen this lineup a bunch of times. Sonic Death Monkey and Disco, but Grace did some great edging, stays on the outside. Big hit there by Antivirus, taking Her Majesty out at turn 2, but she manages to stand up and is out for the Crushers.
Grace Riot, meanwhile, back around to the pack, looking to score, is taken out by She Be Dangerous and Sonic Death Monkey. Gonna go ahead and call off the jam. It's a 0-0 jam.
Shotgun Betties again willing to take some time off the clock. 141 to the Crushers 92. 13 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game. Are you not entertained? I should say that with more oomph.
I am extremely entertained. This is an awesome game.
This is a great game. Again, I think the Crushers have lost a little steam here. They need to focus on getting their jammer out and taking control of the clock. And you've got to stop someone like Camilla from putting points on the board. Had a lot of success with Midge, and again, Her Majesty needs to kind of find that groove again.
Midge taken to the outside and recycled by Kish of Death as Camilla at the front of the pack there just fighting that wall of orange. Shadowcat once again recycling Midge Mayhem, and Camilla Bloodspilla just Nora Peen effort to go. She does a nice spin around Nora's hips there. Grabs Lead Jammer for the Shotgun Betties. Now Midge Mayhem driving up about the inside middle, and a little bit of a trip on the track there means that Luna Shovegood is going to the penalty box for a low block.
Very impressed with Luna's blocking prowess thus far. She's been a great teammate with Kish, with Shadow. Seems to hold as an anchor very well. Again, don't be fooled by people's size. And again, when you look at skaters like Midge Mayhem, Luna Shovegood, Disco, their skate skill more than makes up for what you think lack in physical size. And now it looks like we have a power jam. We have a track cut on Camilla Budspilla. Less than a minute left here as Midge will be on the track by herself for the next 30 seconds.
Now Midge Mayhem in for a scoring pass. She made it look easy this time, quickly through for 5 points for the Orange Crushers. And she's going to go around for another.
Cliche, cliche. This is what the Crushers need right now to win.
Yeah, that was very cliche. And there's another 5 points on the board. Got to bring the Crushers ever closer to that lead change once again. Midge Mayhem in through again past Shadowcat, another 5 in the sky.
Crushers now moving up here, 107. Shotgun Betty still 141 on the board.
Now Camilla Bloodspilla is released from the penalty box and coming back in. Midge Mayhem in for another scoring pass, meets up with Shadowcat, who tries to drive her to the outside line, but she holds her way as Shadowcat picks up a penalty for a clockwise.
3 more points there for the Betties, 4 points for the Crushers. Kind of takes their lead down a little bit, but the Betties still in control, 144 to 111.
Decent movement for the Crushers that time. They were able to provide some offense for their jammer and help her get those points on the board. Let's see if they can do it when there is another jammer on the track, though. That's going to be the big thing here for the Crushers.
Yep, 19 to 3 point differential there on that last jam for the Crushers. So KO jamming up against PB and Bam. PB and Bam with a nice move, and she is through, and she is called lead, but she's not yet out of the pack. Has Disco to beat, and Disco with a big hip on the inside sends her to the back of turn 2 as KO is through on the inside.
So now KO is not lead. Lead is PB and Bam. Bam gets out of the front side of the pack. She's looking to see where KO is. She's going to go ahead and call off the jam. I think she was using some wise strategy there and burning off some time on the clock.
Yes, yes, yes. 144 Betties, 111 Crushers, 9 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game. Once again, Crushers, they need to get some offense going. They need to get some good defense going. Again, all the things that you can think about to make roller derby better, they need to do right now. Her Majesty out there to try and make some headway up against Grace Riot. Oh, smash.
That was me smashing my head into the microphone. Grace Riot on the outside. One of the hardest tracks to take as a jammer. Lead jammer goes to Grace Riot. Meanwhile, Her Majesty gets taken to the outfield and recycled. So does KY as Grace Riot comes around. So that means there's just 2 blockers at the front waiting for Grace, and she's out. That's going to be all 5 in the sky for the Shotgun Betties.
Nice work down on Her Majesty, but she is through right at the end of turn 2. Out of the track. Grace now looking for some offense.
Almost sandwiched there between Whizbang Weasley and Karen KY for 2 more points as she comes in, calls off the jam. Betties
did a great job last game. And who did they play? They played the... Was it the Apples?
I believe so.
Yes, you're correct. And
I can't remember that far back.
It was a good back and forth. So both teams there undefeated coming into this game. Crushers defeated the Barrettes.
And we get back into it. Midge Mayhem, chanting for the Crushers, finds a quick way out of the pack there. Lead jammer goes to Midge Mayhem. We've got Bam in the pack.
And a track cut on PB and Bam as Midge Mayhem has to recycle behind Charlie Foxtrot, and she is through. That is 5 points. Again, cliche, cliche, cliche. What the Orange Crushers need right now. They'll have about 20 seconds more to put more points on the board. And PB and Bam was still on her initial pass, so they will probably take as much time as possible. And again, Midge making it look easy with some cutting left and right. And when I say cutting, not the penalty cutting, great edging on her skates, both the inside and the outside to make it through the pack. 30-point lead now by the Betties.
Midge does a really good job with that, coming in, looking like she's going one way and able to switch back and forth very quickly. So she may look like she's going one way, and that's the way she ultimately goes, but she'll fake you out to the other side.
Yeah, she's very jukey. Not a word, I understand. PB and Bam back in the mix, but having some difficulty with Disco at the back of the pack. Another 5 points on the board for the Crushers. Takes the score to 151 Betties. Crushers 126. 45 seconds left in this jam. And I think you'll see the Crushers continue to skate here as Sonic Death Monkey picks up a penalty for the Crushers.
Taking Monkey out of the game for 30 seconds.
Midge Mayhem, it looked like she was considering, she got hit to the outside. She might have been considering calling off the jam. She decides to go ahead and recycle herself back.
PB and Bam has taken off the star cap, is looking maybe to pass. Or is it a ruse? No, it's not a ruse. Antivirus.
Antivirus into Disco. It was funny there. Disco stopped. She thought she was going to get a low block call there, but it didn't happen. So she's like, okay, I'll keep going.
Or she was looking for a cut track. I don't know. Either
Something.
or.
Yeah,
I think Disco knows and she's wrong.
Yeah, but hey, you don't admit when you're wrong.
Absolutely
if you don't
not.
get caught, keep on skating.
Which is why I didn't understand the pause. All right, again, score now. Crushers moving up. Just a 20-point lead. Big jam for the Crushers, 20-0. So here we go. Midge being very, very successful with the Crushers thus far.
Well, and here's where we saw the change just about in the last period. The Crushers really came on strong in the last 4 minutes and were able to change up a deficit this much. Now we've got an official review from the Crushers. When we find out, or if we find out what that official review is, we'll let you know.
All right, so let's just look at Whistleblower here. He's making the O symbol, and then he'll point to the Crushers. So, O, point, O.
It kind of looks more like a flat triangle. You need to work on your O there.
It's the Triforce.
Whistleblower. The Legend of Zelda, brought to you by Joe Mama.
Oh, you. All right, so
we see the refs huddling up to discuss. Nobody's coming over this way to tell us what's going on. So if we find out, we'll let you know. But or if something changes,
let's speculate wildly. So here's what I think happened.
They're looking for that low block on Disco.
No.
Disco's on the Orange Crushers. Never mind.
I believe Sheamus pulled a knife on one of the refs, and they're looking now to see if it's regulation size. And that's what the problem is.
But why would the Orange Crushers challenge Sheamus pulling a knife?
Because they think they're in danger.
That could be it.
Again,
that could absolutely
just
be
enjoy
it.
speculating wildly. Again, none of this is true. It's all conjecture. Wild conjecture. Since we don't know what's going on, all we can do is assume and make up stories. Make up more stories?
I'm just watching to see if anything changes on the track.
Right.
Because that would give us some kind of hint. But because thinking back to the last jam, I have no idea why the Crushers are challenging.
I think maybe that Disco thought it was a track cut there, even though it was
on
kind
the
of
jammer. Possibly.
Yeah,
that is a
right
possibility. Absolutely.
The reality is the Crushers bench was right by that apex, and so I'm thinking that Disco thought it was a track cut and did not get the call, and so ergo Sheamus is out there with the team captain KY to see if they can get that penalty.
That may have been why she paused too, was hoping that track cut was going to be called because she was inbound.
They thought the pivot foot was out of bounds. For no call stands, they lost their official review.
Okay, it looks like they assumed the pivot was out of bounds when the star was passed, and the result is they lost their official review, and so no change, nada, nothing.
So we're back into the action. Official reviews are tough to win, I'll tell you that.
A little break.
Camilla Bloodspilla jamming for the Shotgun Betties, makes quick work of the pack. Has a little bit of resistance from Norepinephrine and She Be Dangerous at the front of the pack.
There's always a little bit of resistance from Norepinephrine.
Yeah, that is true. Norepinephrine gets the star. She is now the jammer for the Orange Crushers, receiving that star from KO. and looking to at least stop the bleeding, hoping that Camilla Bledspilla doesn't see her coming in for points. But Camilla did. Picks up 4 points for the Shotgun Betties and shuts down the jam.
But that was one of the fastest star passes I've seen from the Crushers thus far. So super smart by KO. As soon as Camilla was out, she immediately pulled the star off, and Nora was in great position on the inside line at the front of the pack to receive the star. You have to be careful about where you're passing the star. You don't want to pass it backwards, obviously. You also don't want to pass it when you're in the middle of the pack and the pivot's in the middle of the pack. So you're looking for that opportunity that's a surprise where the pivot's up front.
I absolutely agree with you. Now we're back into the action on the track. Her Majesty versus Grace Riot on the track. They are both fighting against their respective walls of blockers. And Her Majesty finds a way past Clam there and is out lead jammer for the Orange Crushers. And this, like I said, this is right where we saw the Orange Crushers turn up the volume and take over the lead in the last half. Are we going to see the same thing happen? Possibly.
Turned down for what? And Her Majesty threw 5 points as Grace Riot pulled the star off, but Antivirus is in the back of the pack, so wisely did not pass the star. Antivirus now in a good position to receive the star, but Grace Riot being recycled by Disco.
And Her Majesty back in and meeting up with Antivirus at the front of the pack there, and Mary quite contrary, but able to make her way through for another 5 points.
Grace Riot now out just about a half lap behind Her Majesty, putting the cap back on, so now she can put points on the board.
Her Majesty then going to go in, though, for some more points. Here she comes in and down, calls off the jam. That was a nice hit from Kish. She did pick up 1 more point on that pass. That puts us ever closer, 155-142.
11-point jam by Her Majesty. Again, the Crushers making a move here. 155-142, 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game.
You know what, if the edge of the whole scene is causing you a little tuchus trouble, we do sell Denver Roller Derby bleacher pads.
I like that she called them bleacher pads.
All right, so just a little bit of commentary from the in-house announcers here. PB and Bam jamming for the Shotgun Betties, and I think that's Midge Mayhem jam for the Crushers.
It is. She gets hidden in behind those walls because she's just digging in and just driving through that wall. There was a forearm call on Charlie Foxtrot, so that puts the Shotgun Betties down 1. Meanwhile, PB and Bam at the front of the pack takes a big hip lash from Nora P. Nefrin, but stays inside the lines on her toe stops, grabs lead jammer, and is now back around for a scoring pass.
Nora with a big hit as she's skating backwards, and Nora now is recycling PB and Bam all the way to the rear.
Midge Mayhem finds her way free, so that's going to keep PB and Bam from putting too many points on the board. PB and Bam takes another hit to the outside, starts to call it off, and then more vigorously because it appeared to be missed. 2 points for the Shotgun Betties, none for the Crushers.
All right, that's a lot of time off the board for just 2 points, but again, in the favor of the Shotgun Betties here. 147 Shotgun Betties, 142 Orange Crushers, 1 minute and 36 seconds. Crushers still have 1 timeout, but no official review. That's crucial.
I have a feeling that we'll see one of the following scenarios as we continue on in this game. Either the Shotgun Betties are going to get it and they're going to put some points on the board, and if they're able, they're going to hold that jammer and try to run out the period clock. If the Crushers can get it, they're going to run the period clock down, but then stop just in time to call a timeout and get another jam.
I think so too, and Camilla Bledspilla is lead. So here's what I think the Shotgun Betties need to do. They're going to continue to go points for points here with the Crushers. So Her Majesty's still not out of the pack. So great defense here by Boo Boo Radley and Antivirus and Kish of Death. Now Camilla threw on the inside, picking up 5 points for the Shotgun Betties, increasing their lead to 1-62. 20-point lead over the Crushers now. With less than 42 seconds in the period and only 1:15 in the jam.
Her Majesty now passing the star to Disco in like a hopes to shut down the jam at least. But I think you're right. The Shotgun Betties would do well to just match point for point here.
Yeah, it would be a folly, I think, to call the jam at this point. I mean,
and there's enough cushion here that Camilla Bledspilla doesn't even have to get out necessarily. Just let the clock run down. She does get out, puts another 4 on the board, Disco through for 4, and now we're playing just the match for match game, but it's still a 20-point game, and unless Disco overtakes the lead and becomes the Flash, it's just not going to happen for the Crushers.
Yeah, 4 more points there for Camilla. Period clock expires, and the Shotgun Betties call the jam, and I'm going to go ahead and call this bout for the Betties. Score stands unofficial final 170 Betties, 149 Crushers. 13-7 jam there for whatever.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at the Glitter Dome on ColoradoSports.TV. We greatly appreciate it. I'm Bangers and Smash.
I am Joe Mama. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.
There will be some shotgunning.